Hey, what's up? It's Mega Mills. And I'm going to have Coach Khayr come on. And we're going to talk about the ever controversial conversation on that poly life. Now, I have my own opinions and my own suspicions, but I'm going to try to be as neutral as possible. I'm a liar. I'm not going to be neutral. I'm going to say what I think the watchers want to say or they want to ask. I'm going to ask some tough questions. He's a big man, he can handle it. I'm going to bring him on right now and get him to talk about this controversial conversation because the truth of the matter is the landscape of dating has changed. There are more black single women than there are single men. And so it seems like a lot of men have a lot of, they have options. So I'm just waiting for him to show up, and then we're going to get down to the meat and potatoes of this conversation. And listen, as always, you have the opportunity to ask any questions, and when we get a chance, we'll address them. So, for some reason, I've been wanting to make a video on potty life for a while. And, it is controversial. To me, the way I was raised and everything I saw on TV, pretty much, it didn't really put this lifestyle in the best light. It just never did. It looked like the women were not benefiting from this relationship. It seemed that only the men were benefiting in this relationship, at least in the United States here. So I want to hear what this coach, he calls himself a relationship and love strategist. So I want to see if he can make it clear to me on how this can work, both parties can benefit from this type of relationship, if that's even possible, because the landscape is different. Dating is different. It's not like it used to be in the 1960s. It hasn't been that way for a long time now. We've been in like a gray area for a while. So now people are being a lot more open to unnamed relationships. But I believe with the more clarity that we have, we may be able to take away terms like baby daddy or the negativity and the shame that's involved with these types of unclaimed relationships. So I'm trying to give him an opportunity to show up. Hopefully he got the notification so that you can get into this conversation. Like I said, bring your questions. Bring your questions up. I'm trying to see. Hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can get him on. But please don't hang up. Don't go, okay? I just want to see if he comes up. Thanks so much for your patience. I'm trying to get him. I don't know if he sees my post coming up. Thank you so much for your patience. We are live. Still waiting for Coach Khayr to join us. He is charismatic. He's funny. He actually does astrology charts. He teaches the mystical, the metaphysics, all things that most people that follow me are into. And it looks like he's joined us now, Coach Khayr Carter. Let's get him on here. So we're waiting for him to come up, and I want to give him a nice introduction. Well, I just want to give you guys an opportunity to meet Coach Khayr, the fabulous, the charismatic, the intelligent, the mystical Coach Khayr. Everyone give a hand applause. You freeze it up.
Your screen just froze up too at the same time
I
that you
think his
said that.
computer's freezing up. There you go.
Yes. You had so much you had so much energy that you froze the whole screen. So I'm with that program right there. Absolutely.
That's my
You look
tantric. That's my
marvelous today.
tantric energy sometimes.
All the time. Not no sometimes. That's all the time. We can't turn Tantra off. We turn it on, we leave it on. That's how we do.
Maybe that was both my energy, like freeze it up the. All right, so I have some questions for you. First of all, I want you to give the people an opportunity to know who you are, and wow, your energy is really strong. But we're not gonna go there right now. I want you to give the people an introduction to who you are, what your passions are, and we're gonna go there. Just make it real brief for them.
Um I'm a historian really. out of anything else. And I'm a very blessed and lucky person to have been on the path that I've seen ups and downs, to have the particular philosophy that I have now. Um, I seen, I would just say that I came from poverty consciousness to poverty minded to criminal minded to through spiritual minded now to wealth minded. And the one thing that was in common in all of that is God and strategies to God. So dealing with ancestors, dealing with magic, dealing with business, dealing with marketing, dealing with branding, you have to have a strategy. There's nothing out here like, you want good sex, then you better have a strategy of like, be prepared. Be prepared is a good strategy for good sex. You want to have orgasms, then you should have strategy for that. You want to have money in the bank, then you want to have strategy for that. If you want to have a better relationship with the creator in whatever facet that you look at it, then you're going to need a strategy for that. And so, in looking at my own history, which I don't think people do enough, they get distracted. Um, like the very first book that really, really caught my attention when I got out on my own from up under my daddy's roof was The Art of War. So I was recruited to go to West Point when I was in the 11th grade. I chose to go to North Carolina A&T. I wanted to. I thought the A&T was for ass and titties, but it stood for agriculture and technical, right? So it's North Carolina Agriculture and Technical. But when I got there was like 18 to 1 women to men, and they was all sisters. And I hadn't seen nothing like that in my life at that time. And so I was just like, West Point or these brown, lovely ass and titties. And I was like, you win. And like I act like I let my cousins influence. My cousins was like, your grandfather went here and you can go here and you still can get your master's degree somewhere else and you can still be yada yada. I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. And all I was thinking about was the girls. I'm just be straight up. But my freshman year, I ran into this dude, and we went over to his crib. He was a roster. We were smoking a little something, and he had an Art of War. And he was like, "Yo, you can borrow any book in this house, but that book." He said, "That book don't never go nowhere. That's for me and my son." And he was like, "Yo, this is the book that they teach all freshmen at West Point." And I was like, "How do you know how?" He was like, "I don't know you." So I was like, "I was recruited to go to West Point. I was supposed to be taking this class. If I wasn't a freshman here, I'd be a freshman there." And so maybe the next year I finally got the book, started reading it and studying it, and I just been on that strategy type thing. Like you can apply it to everything. And whenever like I need to get some structure in my life, I always go back and look at my strategy. That's why they call me Coach Khayr, because most people, even though they come to me, yes, I'm a healer, yes, I'm a shaman, yes, I'm a master astrologer, yes, I'm all of that, but everybody comes because I build them a personalized strategy. So when you came to me today and was like, yo, let's talk about polygamy and relationships, I was like, oh, shucks. Because most people fall apart because they're too romantic and they don't have enough strategy. Romance ain't no strategy. Romance is just like, love me. I don't want to go to work. We're just gonna lay in the bed all the time and travel around the world. Yeah, but what's the strategy behind that? And so I thought it would be very interesting and fun to talk about this particular topic. And one thing you can trust about me, if I don't know, I'll tell you. So if I didn't have no background in this, then I wouldn't even open my mouth. I'd be like, nah, you should go holler at so and so. But I have lived, I have practiced the lifestyle. I have lived in a open poly type relationship before, and that's all I'm gonna tell you about me. If you want to know anything else, I'm gonna just let you ask me.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Khayr, for joining us with this wonderful energy. Lately I've been interviewing very spiritually sensitive people, and it's like now it's growing. So I'm like, I can feel it, it's like, you know what I mean? And it's great, because before the spiritual awakening, I felt myself being around dark energies, but I didn't know it was dark energies. You know what I mean? I was just clinging to these type of energies. And once you wake up, you're like, whoa, why was I doing all that? And now I just follow the vibes. I'm like, oh, Coach Khayr got it. Yeah. Anyway, so back to the matter at hand. Like I posted this video earlier. It's a controversial. I'm gonna be honest. As a woman, you could change my mind, Coach Khayr, right? But I'm gonna keep it real, 100%. Like for me, all I hear, especially from the dudes in Atlanta, all they talk about is, okay, we need to get together and get this house together. You gonna have this job. You gonna be the babysitter. You gonna be doing that. And for me, it sounds like pimping. Like I was dating this guy. He had a house, and he was like, you know what? I think we should all like we gotta rent all these rooms out, and we should get everybody together, and we can be a family. And I'm like, oh, what you doing, motherfucker? Because you sound broke as hell. I mean, we weren't really dating. I was, I was just scanning him, listening to him, and as he got more comfortable with me, his true agenda was coming out. I'm like, this dude trying to pimp. He trying to get me to work and pay the bills here, and homie don't play that. So please, let me know, let us know as a woman. First of all, there's so many questions. I want you to define what the difference between polyamorous, polygamy, and the other P's, if you don't mind.
Can we start with pimping? Can I describe, because you need a good definition of what? Because okay, so first I'm gonna say it's levels to everything. Just like it's levels to spirituality, it's levels to sex, it's levels to money, it's levels to wealth. There's levels to pimping, there's levels to poly, there's levels to open. So since you had the and because you just touched on a very sore subject with me with these lame ass dudes out here everywhere who have a very weak game period, who then want to attempt to pimp. So let's just look at that first, how that's broke. You already got weak game in the first place. And then you want to try to go into something that requires communication skills, intelligence, management, money management, vision, networking, accountability. All those are what high-end master pimps have, right? You don't have any of those in the first place. And now you talking about we need to get together. We need to do that. Listen, this is period. When a man lines up, a woman lines up behind him. When he's single and he just be walking, doing what he supposed to be doing, he turn around and there be 1, 2, 3, 4 women behind him. And then he have to make a decision like, what I'm gonna do with this situation. Do I go pimping? Do I go poly? What do I do? Do I leave it alone? But if you out here and you got to go and you got to recruit these chicks and try to plant something in their head, you ain't got no game and you don't know anything about pimping, okay? Now, pimping is an acronym for a couple of words. One is, it is a player in a major position. Because what's the number one rule in pimping? She chooses. She chooses. She chooses. And that's the power. And please keep me off the Black Panther subject today, because I'm heavy on that today about choosing. If I get off too far, bring me back into the subject. Okay.
Let's do this, okay?
So the woman does the choosing. Then you get to return the choice afterwards. But your choice first really don't mean too much or nothing in the scheme of things. So when people look at a woman and say, man, you out here hoeing for this man, you out here doing this stuff for this man, guess what? She chose him. That's what they said in the movie when in the Mac, when he was like, your bitch chose me. We can handle this like some gentlemen, or we can get on some gangster-ish. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, yo, she chose me. She chose me because I got my stuff together. You ain't got your stuff together. You broke, busted, and disgusted. You look like a gorilla. What are you talking about? Don't nobody want to be with you. You really a square pretending to be a pimp like you can provide for her. You cannot. You cannot. And I was like, okay. So I've watched all of the pimping movies. I read the book, 48 Laws of Pimping, the Laws of the Game. And I understand there's some metaphysics under that, because I was wondering myself when I was a square. It wasn't long, but when I was a square, I was like, why are all these people, Euro Christian minded, upset with the girl because she choosing to do what she want to do for this man? All women want management. All women want a really good leader. They really.
Hold on. So I just want to be clear. You're saying, Coach Khayr, believe. Go on.
I know and can prove with data that all women want management, because the data is in the divorce rate. There's a high divorce rate because women want out because men are poor leaders. She don't want to be with a poor leader, so she's ready to go. When she calls herself cheating, which I don't believe in, and she steps out to go see with somebody else, guess what she's going to get? She ain't going to get that dick. She going to get some management. She going to get some leadership. She going to get some relief. Because if the man was providing leadership and relief and all the and proper management inside their house, not his house or her house, inside of their house, she wouldn't go no damn where. Nowhere. So when she goes out there, guess what she's looking for? Some more management. She might hide it up under like, oh, you ain't hitting this coochie right, or you ain't doing so and so right. But she goes right over there. And guess what she does? She starts funding his operation. See, funding is not just in money. Funding is in with your energy, with your love, with your attention, with your prayers. I need you praying for me. If you with me, but you praying for that next dude, our relationship is over. He the one that's winning. But we don't know how to communicate and be honest with ourselves or other people, so we stick in these other situations. So the pimp and his hoes, which is heaven on earth, because they know how to communicate. That's heaven. When a woman can say, yo, this is what I want to do. And the man say, oh, I accept you for who you are. And he say, this is who I am. And she says, I accept you for who you are. Now you got a heaven on earth situation. I mean, this is bananas. Now, I don't have being a historian, I understand the strategy of pimping like I understand the strategy of church. But I don't want to have a church, and I don't want to have a stable full of hoes either. Okay? So that's something that they do for a business arrangement. But when you really look at it, even a monogamous relationship, let's talk about the definition, has some of the same qualities as some high-end pimping. But she's only having sex with her exclusive relationship with her man. And her man, he still has to kick like Bruce Lee. He still got to manage. There's a thin line between paying for the coochie and managing the coochie. When you're paying for the coochie, she getting the money, and then she'd probably taking it to somebody else who can get it to manage it, or she just saves it. But when you're managing it, then there's more everywhere, more everywhere. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're going to get to the, we can stay on the pimping because this is good. But in the back of my mind is like, I don't want to mislead the folk, but just curve it and let's get back to poly. Or we can just keep it pimping. I mean, this is interesting. I just got to keep my mouth shut. Go on, keep going. Keep going. Just try to bring it back. Just try to, all right?
She said,
maybe another conversation. You know what? If it's about pimping, just go on. Let's go with the flow. Go on. Go on.
No. I'm gonna get back to Polly, but I do find that was really nice. That was sexy how you was like, let's keep it pimping. But that's the phrase. Let's keep it pimping. So we're gonna keep it moving with the player in the major positions. And so then you move over to monogamy, right? So monogamy is when these two people come into this agreement that they're going to be exclusive with one another. They're going to be exclusive with one another. Hold on one second. I do have to give a shout out to my squads out there. I am Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia, baby, because I see some of my squad over here representing Team Sagittarius, and I see some team, some other squads out here. So big shouts out to all my Team Pisces in the building, and all my other zodiacs: Aries, Taurus, Geminis, Cancers, Leos, Virgos, Libras, Scorpios, Sagittarius, Capricorns, Aquarius, and Pisces. I love all of y'all because all of y'all are me and I'm all of y'all. So I really had to do that. I'm sorry. Now let's get back to this. Let's get back to this relationship thing. You see how they show up?
You got some good energies coming up in here. Like, woo.
Oh, yeah.
Team Cancer up in the house. Team Cancer in the house. So you probably already know how we feels about all this stuff. But go on, player.
She trying to get me off subject, y'all, but I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna resist. We'll talk later. I see what you're doing. I see what the universe is setting up right here. Oh, I see you. I see you.
Blah, blah,
I see
blah.
you.
Go on.
Because I
Don't be
didn't even
trying
know
to
she was a.
manage.
Oh no. I'm just noticing right now. I didn't know that she was a. I didn't know you was a Cancer. So when I heard, I just put the information together. So so we got pimping, then we got monogamy. Now, mind you, why did I start talking about pimping? Because I'm mad at dudes. I'm really angry with these dudes out here who not doing what they supposed to be doing. But monogamy. So monogamy is two people saying we're gonna be exclusive, and this is what we're gonna do. Bam. Poly is when you have, and there's different forms of poly. So there's polyamory when you're not married. You're not married, but you are in a relationship with more than one person at the same time, and y'all know about it.
Okay.
Or at least somebody is in the polyamorous lifestyle. You can be in a polyamorous, you could live a polyamorous lifestyle and date people who want to be monogamous, because the monogamous people are always trying to change the poly people. Because no, it's just me. You just can be with me. You just can be with me. And the poly person be like, I don't care. I date you, but I done told you I date other people too. So holler back. So you can't come run up on me. You know what I'm saying? But so there's a poly lifestyle. So there's polyamory. Poly means many. Amory is amor, which means love, to love more than one. And then there's polygamy, where the man has more than one woman. And there's polyandry, where the woman has more than one husband. Husband, not dating. If she's just dating, but she's not married, she's still just polyamorous. But if she's married and then takes on another husband, that's polyandry. And some cultures in the world do that. There are some cultures, that's all they do, is like the women, she got as many husbands as she wants, which we would look at as kind of like uncles. You know what I'm saying? So people know I always give out books. I always highly suggest that men and women read Shahrazad Ali's book, both those two books, Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman and Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man, because I refer to that a lot about why polyandry sometimes is not successful, because the woman, when she's pregnant, she can't have sex with all the husbands, because everybody wants their needs met. Everybody wants their needs met. So a man who has multiple women, when the woman get to a certain stage in her pregnancy, she might not want sex. She might not want sex when she is not pregnant. But the man has to be there to provide sex for all of these women. And that's one of the problems in these weak ass men I was telling you about. When they try to think they ready for a poly relationship, they not ready for the responsibilities, Miss Mills. And I'm talking about not just the sexual responsibilities, but the financial, the spiritual, the emotional, the mental, like all of that. They have not put any thought into it. And that's what really like gets me pissed off about that right there. The difference between the big difference between poly and pimping is the business side of the pimping is more in your face, and there's a quota to fill of men, where in a poly relationship there's no quota, and the business is kind of like more assumed. I think that the business should be more present in a poly relationship. I just saw somebody post the other day, if we skinning up, then we should be breaking bread together. A lot of jokers is out here skinning up and they ain't even breaking no bread. You feel me? And I'm just like, y'all can't do no business together? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you said something before that I wanted to speak on, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Based on your skill and strategy, right? For me personally, if I'm dating a man, he can't even handle his own bills. That's a problem, right? If he can't pay his own bills, that's a problem. Like if he can't pay his phone bill, he don't got a place to stay. I understand people might be in between times and stuff. Things happen in life, But if they meet you, they don't got a place to stay. They can't pay their phone bills. They ain't taking care of their children. They meet you, and all of a sudden they want you to get into a poly relationship. I'm like, what's in it for me? Because it sounds like I'm picking up all your goddamn debt. We're not getting married. And if we do, I'm in a lot of fucking trouble because you got all these relationships. So it's kind of like this. The way you're saying, if I'm on the same play, if you can't even sustain an apartment or a car note, you shouldn't be buying 3 or 4 properties, right? Because in these different relationships, you have to be able to. It's kind of like juggling. When you're just by yourself, you're just throwing the ball up in the air, right? Then you bring somebody else in, and now you got 2 balls in the air. Now you're basically dropping the second ball, right? But now you want 4 or 5 balls in there, and you want to play around. You playing with people's feelings, you playing with their time, you playing with their money and their energy, and we supposed to sit there and wait till you get your shit together? I don't think so. I don't think it's not a beneficial relationship for me because a lot of these jokers, like you say, because you're from down south, these jokers out here, they want the benefit. They want to be quote unquote a god, Coach Khayr. I know if you heard this before. They want to be a god. They think if they get 12 women together, they get all that goddess energy and they're a god. But they ain't shit before they met you. So my problem is if you're a man and you're an alpha male, right? You're an alpha male because you got to be alpha male for this. You got to be an alpha male. You got to be centered and grounded. Your mind got to be right. You can't have no mommy issues. You got to be healed. You've got to be healed in certain, but it's to work for me. You have to be healed within yourself because I'm a Cancer. Cancers, we get emotional. We go through our ups and downs. You get what I'm saying? We're very insightful. We're very our third eye, our intuition is very strong. If we sense any weakness at all, there's a problem. Are you still there? I know your screen is freezing up.
No, my screen ain't freezing up. I'm right here. You better go ahead. You better go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So personally, I've been approached. I mean, and I also want to clarify one thing. Most of us are in poly relationships anyway. And I've been in poly relationships in the past. Like I was with a guy, I loved him. Somehow or another, he was messing with somebody else. And I was like,
wait. Y'all ain't putting enough hearts up for what she's saying right now. I just want to say that to your audience. There's not enough hearts hitting the screen right now. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do. And y'all are not sharing this video enough. So I want to just pause the queen right now. I'm going to give it right back to her. But all of y'all need to share this video immediately while this queen goddess speaks the truth, not her truth. This is the truth. So all of y'all need to share this, and y'all ain't putting enough hearts on the because I see my finger. My finger getting tired hitting the heart button only by myself. So now I'm gonna let her talk again, and I'm gonna go back and take and I'm gonna take everything off my lap. Look, moving my computer. I don't want to do nothing but listen to her right now and hit the damn heart button. So that's what I need everybody to do is share this video. Thank you, Queen. Please, let me let you know exactly where you was at. You talking about these can't pay no bills. They want you to come in and say
all right, and let you know also your screen is all freezing up, so that's our frequency right now. Our frequency is a little high. Like yesterday I interviewed another guy and the damn screen was freezing up too. It was like you get that high vibration, we start fucking shit up. So anyway, the people that just joining us right now, we have Coach Khayr. You know, he's the magnificent coach. I think he does high angel magic. You can correct me if I'm wrong. He does high angel magic. He also does astrology. He calls himself the master astrologist. I'm sure he believes he's a tantric. He has a lot of hats that he wears, but so far I've seen him. He's been juggling them pretty good. He looks like he's been juggling pretty good. And he's a Taurus. The Taurus are really rooted and grounded. So if they get a little high up, they pull themselves back in, right? Am I right? Just pull it in. Anyway, back to what I was saying. These dudes out here, they don't have a clue they can't even manage to pay their damn bill every month. They can't, their phone keep getting shut off. They can barely pay their car note. And let me tell you, it gets this bad. We have to test, just like we have to test the spirits woman, we have to test men, okay? I suggest all of y'all, if you dating a guy, one of these days, I know this sounds shady, but it is what it is. You got to say, hey, babe, something's wrong with my car. You know, the battery's died. I'm on a highway. And if he say, all right, sis, call me when shit get okay, you need to dump that dude right there. Because if he ain't there for you when your car's on the side of the street, he ain't gonna be there for your ass if you get pregnant. I mean, these are just I know you're like, I don't want to take it too serious. You got to take this shit serious from the gate. You got to have strategies. Women, we don't have much time. We only got a certain amount of eggs, right? You know, we got a certain mileage in our body. We in this body for how long we gonna be on this body. So once you get past that stage of your life, then you start thinking, okay, I need to be as possible. This is not a game. I cannot allow my emotions to drive this relationship. I gotta have game. I don't want to build a motherfucker up. Okay, I don't got time for fixer uppers. Maybe one day when I got it all together and I just want a fucking hobby, I get a fixer-upper. Right now, I need a motherfucker that's fixed already or put me on. I'm an adventurous type of person. I like to learn. So I want to be with somebody where we're pinging and we bouncing our information off. We inspiring each other. You understand what I'm saying? So for this type of situation to work for me, he got to understand I'm a Cancer. So he's going to have to appeal to my emotions. He's going to have to. Like, he's got to be like, he's going to have to help me manage my emotions. Now, other Cancers might not like that, but I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for me. Any guy that I've dated, most likely around it, is very, like an air sign. They're very, you know what I mean? They don't get caught up in the wave. They just ride it. And I just thought I'd bring that out to you because I know you're into astrology. But I ain't dating no dude who can't even pay his damn bills, and then the next day he talked to me, he talking about less. You're smart, Mega Mills. I like you. You know what I mean? You know how to work with people. You're in the mental health field. You know what I mean? You know how to manage people, Mega Mills. What we should do is get all these women together, because look, the numbers don't lie. There's a lot of single women out there, a lot of single black women. Why should they be out there alone when we can bring them in here and create a family? We got to create a family, Mega Mills. And I'm like, well, what's in it for me? Because I need some kind of like benefit, and I'm not out here to save the damn world. Okay, like when it comes to my personal life and my personal yoni, I'm not really into, first of all, okay, I'm going to touch on something, and I want you to get into this. I have a problem because on a spiritual level, if people unclean, I don't want to be swapping all that energy up and out of my body. You feel what I'm saying? Like, some of these men are just spiritually dirty, but I can feel it. I know you can feel it too. If you're around a person, they unclean, and they fucking around with these unclean people, they come into you, your life is in chaos. I'm not trying to be in chaos. So those are some of the concerns I have, because a lot of women, we want security in our lives. The way it's being presented, it doesn't sound like the security portion is there. It doesn't sound like they're addressing that need. It seems like we are here to elevate the man. We're supposed to elevate him to kingdom, and we're supposed to put our heads down and let the black man be a king. All right. Now, I said a lot of things. I go on and address them each.
I'm gonna address them the way I can remember them.
You might have to turn down some of that energy, though. You might have to turn some of that energy down, because you freezing up the damn screen.
Ain't gonna be no turning down on no energy over here. That's one thing I can't help you with. I can help you as best I can, but I can't do nothing about turning the energy down. You the one got it crunk right now. You got it crunk right now. Like, it's lit up in here. I'm just like breathing. I'm doing the microcosmic orbic breath. I'm just relaxing. They don't need both of us to be lit at the same time. So if it's freezing, you froze it, because I'm just like doing my little pretty clap. Right. I could get lit, and I might, into some of the things that I'm saying, but hey, it's all turn down for what? Look at everybody saying the same thing. Turn down for what? Ain't nobody
I'm gonna freeze up your goddamn. I'm gonna freeze up all of your damn cell phones. That's what's gonna happen. So I'm just, we're trying to. This is a message. We're trying to use the technology.
Don't give them no warning. That's how we pushing the gorillas and the Godzillas out. You know what I'm saying? All the haters, we pushing all the haters. If they're having a problem, like you said in your other video, if you're having a problem, go to church. Call 911.
Are you watching it? Yeah, if you scared motherfucker, go to church. All right. So go address my concerns if you can remember them, and you feel free to ask clarity.
The first one is I do physical and metaphysical, and I mix them in. So on the physical level, you represent a large population of the ladies out here. Not all of them, but you represent a lot of women's frustrations. Like 85% of my clients are women. 85% of my audience is women. And I suffer from TMI a lot of times because they come and tell me things that a lot of you women would be like, don't tell him that. That's giving him that's telling him our secrets. It's too late. I already know. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I just be like, oh wait, no. They just be like, you're such a good listener and all that other stuff. So your frustration is because, and I'm not being pompous, it's a lack of cats out here like me. They don't want to create a space for y'all to feel safe. They don't want to create a space for y'all to listen. They don't want to create a space for y'all to grow. They don't want to come and have their own no more. But I'm gonna tell you, and this gonna be very sensitive. We're gonna see what kind of audience you got and how you react to this. A lot of these men that need uppers is because of their mama and their mama's mouth. So this is why I suggested those two books, because Shahrazad Ali says women are the master communicators on planet Earth. In the day, y'all do about 26,000 words. Men do about 21,000. That's why in the supreme mathematics, one is knowledge, but two is wisdom. The woman is the two. She's the wisdom, and the man is the know the ledge. But the wisdom is the application of knowledge. So most women never get into their wisdom faculty when they get into a relationship, and instead of working with communications to make the father stay, they attack the man verbally, and he leaves them with a son. And then now she starts to take it out on the son, and he's being beat down because he's standing in for his father, even though he doesn't qualify to stand in. And then his mother has been forced to take care of him because she has not allowed any other men to go and come into her life, because she feels that all men ain't SHIT, because her man wasn't SHIT, because she didn't know how to communicate with him. And so some women say, well, why didn't he have to know how to communicate with her? Because you all are the master communicators. My job is to kill things. Your job is to nurture things. I'm not the life giver, I'm the life taker. So don't come to the life taker. Don't come to the life taker telling me I'm supposed to be doing one of your mastery things better than you. That's like me saying, we laying in the bed, Mega Mills, we doing up in here, we done got a bunch of oil and we all skinning and we done, what I'm saying, had a good time, we done fell asleep, and then we hear some trouble outside. And then I say, Mega, you better go see what that is. What? No. Mega, you sit your ass in this bed, you stay right here, I'm gonna be right back. Even if I'm at your house, I'm supposed to be the resident killer in your house. I'm not supposed to be like, Meg, I'll wait here until you come back and tell me what that. No, I'm gonna get up and go see what that is. That's a real G. But when you don't allow that to come into your household for your children to see, that boy grows up to be a weak ass dude, not a weak ass man, because he's not even a man, period. He grows up to be a weak ass dude because his mama didn't allow any men to come around him, and everything he needed, guess who he went to? A woman. So now he comes to you, he wants phone bill paid. He wants to lay up in your crib. He wants all these things that you're just like, yo, I'm not raising you. Blame his mother. Blame his mother. That's the issue right there, because his mother kept other men away from him out of many different reasons. She could have been in a domestic violence relationship.
Wait, hold on,
She
hold
could
on,
have
hold on,
been
hold on.
mentally.
Hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second. For my peoples and for my women, all right? Let me just, I heard what he said. I want to clarify the reason why I believe this has happened. It is a vicious cycle, right? Because it goes back to what? It goes back to slavery, right? Where they separated the family. And if a man got too invested into his family, they would snatch him away, right? So that's one reason why. And then we have intergenerational trauma, right? So a lot of black men weren't allowed to feel have that authority in the community, right? So we can say we can play around with it and belittle it and dismiss it as just punk ass bitches, right? But this is behavior that was earned and learned, right? So that is one thing. I do want to give people the benefit of the doubt because I want people to have hope. I don't want them to feel that okay, I'm a bitch ass simp and they ain't shit else for me to do but being a simp. No, everybody can grow. Everybody can have opportunity to grow and learn as long as we deliver it in a kind, nurturing way that we let them know there's hope. You can change. You're not going to be a bitch ass motherfucker for the rest of your life. But if you are after you watch this video, then you's a bitch ass motherfucker. Okay, so
And
back to your
sometimes you have to call a person on being a bitch ass MF, male or female. Sometimes you have to let them know for like notification, like check it. We go to the hospital, right? First thing the doctor want to do is what? Check your blood pressure. You ain't got no devices at home to check your blood pressure. And then the doctor say, well, how you feel? You be like, oh, I feel fine. Doctor be like, you ain't going nowhere. You going to the emergency room. Why? Because your blood pressure is 180 over 160. That's ridiculous. You about to have a heart attack. You don't even know it. You don't even know it. So we often don't have someone to call us on our stuff because we have hung around enablers. That's a big word right there. You got to know which enabler to hang around. Enablers are very dangerous. That's how Michael Jackson got killed. The niggas was like, yo, he was like, give me my medicine. They was like, Mike, this dosage could kill you. Mike was like, shut the freak up before I pimp slap you and give me my damn dosage. Same thing for Prince. You know what I'm saying? They were surrounded by enablers, and now two of the biggest light stars ever to walk this planet are gone. They were supposed to die of natural causes. You see what I'm saying? Jimi Hendrix, his dope man should have been like, yo, I'm not bringing you no more of this dope. But there are too many enablers, and when you surround yourself with enablers, you jammed up. Now, I'm glad that we didn't lose too many people in the other stuff I was saying. I'm going to say something else. We're going to test the crowd. In order for poly to work, women have to make it work, and they must do a few things. Men, I'm sorry, fellas, and somebody was asking, well, what about the women who are here who want poly? It is a lot of women out here who want poly who can't follow instructions too. I'm gonna say that too for a fact too. I get back to that. You can't be in a poly relationship, ladies, and can't follow instructions. I'm sorry, because a poly relationship, the more people you add, the more harmony relationships. If it ain't harmony, then don't get into it. But if I'm adding more people, guess what I want to add? More harmony. I ain't trying to add more work, more stress, more anxiety. I'm trying to add more harmony. So if there's an established leader, whether it's the man or the woman, and you come in and can't follow the system that's already set up, you're done. I also want to go back to your statement. Megan, when you run into some of these dudes that's got like this, I want you to do two things. I want you to ask them, say, what you want, the rope or the razor? They're going to be like, the rope or the razor? Yeah, because I want you to kill yourself. I want you to get you a rope so you can go hang yourself. I want to give you a razor blade so you can slit your wrist and your throat so you can stop out here being a punk. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't put so much on the mama. I could put on the mama a little bit, but after you done been told, and you done made a baby, you had an opportunity to man up, oh nah. No, 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 no. It's still just like astrology. You at the center of your own chart. And when you accountable, that's when things start popping off. So from now on, when you start having these jokers run up on you, and I like your test, but you ain't even got to do that. You could just say, nigga, let me see 3 bills with your name on it. You ain't even got to go, to like faking that your car broke down. You can just be like, let me see 3 bills with your name on it. That's all. Let me see 3 bills with your name on it. You know, let's start right there. Let me start
wait,
right
but let
there.
me
Don't
ask you a question though. If a woman asked you that, how would you feel about that? Would you think that's intrusive?
she would see by my environment because as soon as she come over here, she'll see me opening the door. she'll see, because the first thing women, the first thing women do when they come to my house, who you, do you stay by yourself? You have a roommate? They're already coming off it. They really asking me that, but they're masking it another way. So you ain't got to say it, you know what I'm saying, like just all up in your face, but they're like, do you have a roommate? What's y'all's relationship? Because I stay with a woman, but that's my homie. That's my roommate. You see what I'm saying? So then they come into the house and they see how I move in my own house. And they be like, oh, oh. And then you can smell it. Because you can smell punk on a man and you can smell king on a man. You can smell both of them. And when you get away from your smell sensor, how about somebody, I left the door, cat came in here. Hold on, we're gonna have to do all this together. This little joker. I see you, but I don't know how you got in here. But you're gonna have to go. Oh, you snuck in the front.
While we're waiting for him to do what he got to do, I just want, for those who are just joining us, we have Coach Khayr here. He is the coach of astrology, relationships, and the topic today, pimping or poly. Now, you missed a lot. I want you to, once we're finished with this video, I want you to get to the beginning, because we're actually going into sociology of relationships. We're going into the history of it. We're doing on so many different layers. We don't want your head spinning here. But take
Yes,
your
we
notes.
do. Yes, we 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 do. We want their head to swim. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We tired of these simple-minded. You know why? See right there? We tired of the simple-minded. The simple-minded can't pimp or do poly. They can't do no relationships right. So we are looking for those who can handle the head spinning. Let me get back because I got you set up on here. I went and got my tripod and everything. I want to be comfortable for this one right here. Yeah. Okay, so I kind of have seen times in my life though when I was younger and maybe didn't have my own stuff where a chick would be like, what you bring to the table. I can't find that lately. I guess I ain't heard that in about 5-6 years, because they know what I bring to the table. Because women be done their research. Like me, I'm one of them findable dudes. Like I got a track record out here where you can find my public, and if you really want to be nosy, you could find my private. Now my private is a little more tougher because I keep relationships really, really close. I have a whole none of your business policy. Like I don't kiss and tell. I love kissing, but I don't like talking about my particular things I'm in. But what I wish could happen that could make poly relationships better, and that could make even all relationships better, if men and women would start talking to exes. Yay. You know what? Keep your bills. Don't worry about all that other stuff right there. Let me talk to some of your exes. Like when you run into that joker right there, be like, he already got 2 kids and he trying to bring you into something poly. Go straight for the throat and be like, well, let me see your baby. Let me see your phone. Call your baby mama right fast, and let me first. Let's see if she answer, because if she don't answer, that tells me one thing. And then 2, let me walk outside. No, as a matter of fact, let me put it on speakerphone while you listen to what I ask her right here. See, girl, listen, I'm giving you pure game right now. This is a part of pimping. I'm giving you some pimping right here to put into your relationship.
You guys listening? He's doing above and beyond. I want to tell, first of all, before we go further, I just want to give Coach Khayr some props, okay? Because he's spilling the beans, right? He typically charges, a consultation fees and all this stuff, right? But for some reason, Coach Khayr is feeling mighty generous with Mega Mills and her audience. But he's feeling that yin energy. He just feeling it, and it's just popping out because, I'm a Cancer. You know how we get down. So he's giving so many information. We're supposed to be talking about just poly relationships, but, great minds think alike. So we just like, let's chop this shit up. First of all, let me ask you a question. He made a good point. You need to ask for references, right? You got to do a background check. That's basically it. Like, let's get a job, right? They want to know who your previous, who you were working with, and they'll call them up and say, "Hey, would you hire this person again? Did it have?"
I got a question for you. Wait. I got a question for you. Why? It's a 2-part question. You can pick either one. Why don't women do this to men, or why are women afraid to do this to men?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I always ask somebody up in here. Woo, got getting them all triggered. Um, I've done this before. I had a boyfriend, and I was young, okay? I know for a fact now that he wanted a poly relationship. I know that now. At that time, I didn't know. We were doing good, and next you know, I meet his ex-girlfriend. She's coming knocking on my door, wanting to know where her man at. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? You know what I'm saying? But she seemed cool with me, right? And I was confused. I was young and confused, and I was just in over my head. It didn't end well, put it that way. Then he had introduced me to another one of his ex. So it's kind of like he was bringing it to me. He was bringing it to me to give me the chance to choose. But it was confusing to me because I was young. I was like 22 years old. And I'm like, I didn't have anyone who was experienced, because the way I am, I always go beyond everybody else and doing shit that's just untraditional. And they're like, you on your own, kid. Right. So he introduced me to another woman, and she was like, Leon, what are you doing here? And she came out, she saw me, and she's like, oh, okay. Listen, I'm doing a photo shoot right now. I want y'all to come back. I want you to come back, Mega. I'm serious. This is going to be good. And I'm like, okay. This woman's a professional, model. I'm like, I don't want to go back. But I'm like, she said you best to come back. Like, she gave me that eye. You know what I'm saying? We got back to the crib, and somehow or another, she found a way to get him to leave. And she told me all the shit. She told me all the stuff, and then I was like, hey, sis, by the way, can you call my number? Here's my number, blah, 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 blah. She called the number, and then after that, that's when the real game come up. You know what I mean? That was the real game. We witnessed one-on-one. She's like, child, listen, this nigga ain't shit. All right? He put me through the ringer for 10 years, and now I'm going to shorten this shit for you in 6 months. I wish I would have knew what you're going to find out right now. This dude is this dude is that, this is about your mom, dad, this is his financial situations. These are the questions you need to ask him. So I started asking him pressing questions, and he was like, he got confused on his head. Needless to say, the relationship turned out too well, but what he's saying is right. Talk to girlfriends. Ask them about their ex-girlfriends. Ask them about their, if you were a dude and he's like, man, fuck this bitch, I ain't like her because she's this, and every girlfriend is a bitch, every ex-girlfriend is a bitch, or every relationship with their last girlfriend was terrible, that means that's how he's going to talk about you when it's over, and that's how he's going to treat you when it's over. So you got to see how he ends his last relationship, so you know what your relationship is going to look like if you invest your time and energy. So if I'm dealing with a guy and every relationship he had is terrible, chances are he's going to bring chaos to my life. He's going to bring unresolved issues in my life, and I'm going to be another lesson for him, and I'm going to be all fucked up and crying. So I'm not going to do that. So let me ask you a question. We're gonna me and you gonna play around right now. Let's imagine this. I'm in Atlanta right now. For some reason, Mega Mills has caught your eye, right? You want to spend time with Mega Mills. You want to get to know Mega Mills, and I don't know your personal situation. You can get into that, what your lifestyle is. But for some reason, you feel intrigued with Mega. You feel like it's safe to tell Mega about what your lifestyle is, and how you want to. So you met me in a park somewhere or whatever. Let's go on. I want to see how this looks like. What does this look like?
Well, this is good that you're asking this, because this is a good leading question, because I don't do poly no more, and I don't do mono no more. So I know you're like, wait a minute. And I don't pimp. So if he don't pimp and he don't do mono and he don't do poly, then what does he do?
I know what you do. Go ahead.
I only do happy. See, I only do happy. That's the only type of relating I do, is happy. So if I seen Mega and I was like interested and intrigued and wanted to get to know her, I'm kind of acting on some selfishness, which selfish means self-care. I'm trying to add some happiness to my life. And because my policy is don't rock the boat. My policy for Khayr is I ain't gonna rock nobody's boat. So I ain't even go. So when I see Mega, obviously I done peep something where it's gonna add joy and happiness to my life. And I already know I ain't gonna rock her boat. So I wanna make sure that she ain't gonna rock my boat. And if it's one person or if it's 15 chicks, as long as we happy, then I will stay. So I don't care what you do, because you grown and it's your stuff. I never take nobody's walking papers. But as soon as the boat start rocking and then we talk about it and the boat keep rocking, Khayr is O-U-T. O-U-T. I don't care what happened. I don't care if we got something in our name. You can go to court. You can do whatever. My happiness is more important than my credit score. Like my happiness score is like 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Your credit score can only go up to like 850, 900. So everybody's always asking for a credit score. The first thing I'm gonna see is, can you add some happiness to my life? I'm looking at the shape. I'm looking at them lips. I done seen the chart. I done heard your game. I done heard your mouthpiece. I done seen whether you respect me or not like that right there. That's all pull me in. Now I'm just looking to see how long can the happy go. Now I'm pouring happy into you so you can pour happy into me. And then guess what? If another sister come along and she pouring happy and I'm happy and it doesn't rock your boat or my boat, then we can do that. But if anybody start rocking the boat, that's the key for me to move on. Cause I can't, cause everybody got a right to rock a boat, just like everybody got a right to sit their ass down somewhere and relax. Everybody got to relax. Everybody got to, you got a right to meditate, and you got a right to go get your pistol. You can react how you want to. I'm trained. That's the benefit about me. I've been trained by masters to know how to chill and create different situations out of chilling, out of using my magic, out of noticing and being mindful of my emotions and using emotional intelligence versus these things right here. Yes, I got a black belt, but my black belt goes all the way up to my crown chakra. You see what I'm saying? I know how to avoid. I know how to disarm. I know how to do, and I would rather use that because the fourth rule is maim rather than kill, because all life is precious. So it's avoid rather than hurt, hurt rather than maim rather than kill, because all life is precious. So I know my life is precious and I know your life is precious. And even if you don't know it, like sometimes we know what's better for children than they do. And we tell them, this is better for you. You don't even know that. So for me, that's why I am the greatest coach, because I notice quickly what's wrong with a person that they didn't even know themselves. And I try to hurry up and let's get to that so you can have some more joy in your life like I got in mine. So when I be like, yo, I feel that this ain't going to work right here because you kind of are a boat rocker and you choose to rock boats and you don't want to learn a new way. So I'm going to just part ways, Mega Mill. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave you like I found you in peace. Like Big Daddy.
Looks like his screen froze up, and he is saying some true, game.
Like Big
Hopefully,
Daddy Kane, I'm going to bow out gracefully. I'm going to bow out gracefully. So that's my particular style. As I get older, I mature. So I want somebody to, and my particular strategy of relationships is to make sure Mega Mills is a better woman for her next relationship if we end up not being together forever. Because nothing lasts forever. So the time that Mega spends with me, I want Mega to damn game up. Get this game. So if we separate, the next dude you run into, you might not even hide me. You was like, yo, I learned this from my last relationship, son. This joker taught me how to help heal him. So I didn't know how to heal men. He helped show me. Now I'm going to help you. And that's where the real problem of these relationships is we want to lock something down so hard forever that we're not making nobody better for the next relationship. Like me, when somebody's like I be going through situations where jokers, like I said, they try to come and damn snatch me up off the block. Oh, you single, you need you need a wife, you need some kids. Yeah, but I also need you to make me better just in case I go into another relationship. Because one of the number one problems out here is the spiritual and emotional castration of men. Men don't try to castrate women. They punch them in the face. Women can't do nothing about that, but they come back and try to castrate a man. They come back and they what is it? It's called they feminize the man. They emasculate. They throw a whole bunch of emasculating. You punk bitch. You this. Your mama ain't nothing. You was never nothing. I never. Yo, you picked him. You laid down with him and had two babies with him, and now you got something. Now you want to try to cut his nuts off? You had his nuts in your mouth. To be 100, you had his nuts and everything of his up in you, and now all of a sudden, because y'all having a disagreement, and the master of communication is having a breakdown. Like I'm the master of defense and provisions. Sometimes I have a breakdown, But that's right. Put that back on. That looks good. Yes, amen. And so, but it ain't about how I break down. It's about how I bounce back. And there's no excuses. Women be using too many excuses. Like, "Well, coach, you know I'm emotional." No, 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 no. Out here in this world, when when the sinister come for you, or like, because from a martial artist, I don't have time to be sympathetic for your emotions. Get your emotions in check. If you knew that I was a martial artist, then you coming over here wanting guidance, wanting management, wanting the D, wanting the tongue. You should want some Tai Chi lessons. You should want something to be able to help you down the line. You know what I'm saying? You should be breaking up in this joint, talking about, yo, can we meditate? That was recently. I was getting ready to say something. Let me finish this thought. I'm coming to you. And I was like, yo, I'm getting ready to go meditate. And Shorty said, can I go too? I was like, ooh, that like that right there was hot. That was hot right there. Because that's what I do. I like to meditate. And for whatever I was doing, I was like, yo, I'm not going to skip my meditation to get some draws. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go meditate because I'm incorporating that back, more meditation in my schedule. You just got here. This is what I got to go do. She didn't say, I'm going to wait till you finish. She said, can I go? So now, later on, she may go and be like, oh man, I'm going to go set me an altar up because coach got an altar at his crib. So I love poly and I love multiple women. I just wish chicks wasn't so catty. Then it would be successful. Somebody was talking about it could
Hold
work.
on, hold on.
I'm coming. I got you. That's how you did me at the beginning. Though you said like 50 things and told me to remember all of them. You was like, you was going, and you was like, okay, respond to all of those.
Oh
So
my
this
God.
these two right here, black people. If you black and you watching this, quit thinking that poly is the answer to save black folks. If you can't listen and you ain't putting the other's needs in front of yours, and you don't really know what love is, and you doing it just to possess people, then poly is not the answer. Because poly and mono is all relationships. That's why with me, I'm also an ordained minister. So the first wedding that I performed, guess what we did the night before, Mega? An astrology reading. And I looked her in her face. They were sitting like this, and I was sitting over here. And I said, this is his spiritual destiny. And I was like, boom, 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 boom. Can you support that? And will you? She said, yeah. I looked him in his face. I said, this is her spiritual destiny. Boom, 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 boom. Can you and will you support that? Yes. And then I told both of them, if you feel that the other person is not supporting what your spiritual destiny in, then this thing is immediately annulled. It ain't gonna go no further if y'all ain't supporting each other's spiritual destiny. So when I do an astrology reading, that's where I start. Like even lately, you like on my site, I didn't switch the whole thing up. I don't even want to do no more natal chart readings because people ain't paying attention. I just want to do what's your spiritual purpose and relationships, and then we can do money. But don't come to me talking about look at my natal chart when you really want to know about relationships and what your spiritual purpose is. Get lined up with somebody who can support your purpose. So if I'm in a poly relationship, like me, my spiritual purpose is in trust God, relax and relate. So I can't get with a chick who's a control freak. I can't get with that because now she want to left brain everything and woo 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 woo. I can't operate. I can't deal with that because that's not my spiritual destiny. I still love you. Let me tell you what your spiritual destiny is. Let me show you how you can find it, and let me show you what might be better for you when you go back out there in these streets without me, because nothing is gonna come in between me and the Creator. Point blank. Period. And that's why I think a lot of these women and men, they don't got God first. They want security and they kind of lonely and all that. But when you study Islam, you know that Allah or God is your husband and the man is your helpmate. He's supposed to help you. But the provisions come from the Creator. The provisions come through Him. That's why I tell women, you're the magnet, Mega, and I'm the electricity. Any good come to me is because you attracted it through me. And and we know how strong your magnet is by how much I bring back home and say, boo, I can't even hold all this. They go to, put this with the rest. Here go another 10 bands I pulled in today. I just need to pull out like 800. Can you put this up? And if you need something out of there, go ahead. Because tomorrow I came home with 20 grand. I was like, I don't need none of this. Can you put this up? That's because of your magnetic energy. And that's the problem with poly relationship. That's why I said if I got more women, shit, that means all of y'all is magnetizing through me when I'm out there in these streets to make all of our lives easier, breezier. So a lot of these women, and some of them are on here right now, but I ain't gonna call no names because I don't do that. They so want to just make one dude do all of this. Or they think that their magic is strong enough that they can, but they ain't had no training. And they act like they can't do it. Why can't another sister help you? You know, even if you don't know who she is, trust me that I ain't gonna have no sister out here who ain't praying for Khayr. If you ain't praying for Khayr and you ain't praying for my success, beat it. Beat it. I'm good. But to think, oh, I just want to possess you, because I done been in that too. The last poly relationship I was in, Mega, I was the trophy. She wanted to get me because I was so elusive. I'm an elusive king. I know what my worth is. I ain't just dropping it like it's hot. What you mean? I need that brain. Not this brain. I need this brain, and then we work down. Yes, I need good brain here too, Mega. I need good brain at the mouth too now. I'm a brain connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? But she wanted to just get me as a trophy to be like, see, y'all couldn't get him, I got him. And once I found out, I was very heated. I was very heated, and I was like, deuces. Now I'm making it seem like it was really, easy breezy. But boy, I got on up out of there. But she taught me, don't get sucked up. So now I put test out there. Do you really love me? Or do you just want the trophy that you got, coach? Because I done seen y'all in the rooms that y'all got that is only women, and then the sisters come back. I call them my butterfly ninjas. I got some sisters who really loyal to me. They be like, daggone, they was talking about you up in the room. I said, what they was talking about? They was like, you were a 12-point buck. I said, what's a 12-point buck? They said they want to just they just want to get the dick so they can damn put you up on their wall look at what I got. Look at what I got. Oh, it's some women out there doing that. The tables have changed, honey. And this is from the women that told me this, that it used to be the men would be at the barbershop saying, oh, I hit that. And then so that would make us to hit her and y'all to hit T. But when the ladies came and said, oh, you remember that night we met at the club? I knew I was going to give you some ass then. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I was just waiting for your little friend to get away because he was the one that was corny. I was like, she said, you remember how easy it was for you to get my phone number? You don't remember that? She said, I had this whole thing set up from the gate. I said, what? She said, and I went back and told my girls how it was. I said, what? She said, yeah. She said, so now we the hitters and y'all the hittees. I said, well, how did I do? She says, you had a good report. I said, hey, well,
Let me ask you a
that's all
question
I
though.
can
How does
say.
that make you feel? How does
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know if the mic went out. I can't hear you. I see your mouth moving. I see pretty mouth. I can't hear you.
Well, keep talking then.
Please, volume, come back. I can't hear you at all. Please, can anybody hear her? Please. Can anybody hear Mega? If you can hear Mega, press 1. If you can't hear Mega, press 0. Oh, no.
Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear
How
me.
does it make you feel?
Oh, they can hear me.
Oh, y'all typing the messages in. I can't hear her.
How does it make you?
No.
How does it make you?
So wait a minute, y'all can hear me and y'all can hear her, but I can't hear her. Is that what y'all saying? See what your energy did, Mega? You see what your energy did?
I told you it's going to blow us.
Has this ever happened before?
Yesterday.
How does it make me feel? Which one? How does what make me feel? I have to know what that. I didn't hear. I want Mega to talk. I want to hear Mega's voice.
Maybe you should. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell him to do is maybe he should get off.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Okay, guys, don't go away because as you can see, this shit is getting heated. I'm being patient with brother man because I think he's like really interesting. As you can see, he's very interesting. I want you guys to inbox him and schedule your one-on-one conversation with him about astrology because I feel like all this information is good for us on a general level, but I also believe that it will be helpful on a one-on-one basis. I really feel that I can just tell from his energy and the way he speaks that he's the real deal. He is. And as you can see, he's tantric and I'm tantric, which basically means we're energy workers. So our energy is like as you can see, when he first got on, the damn computer started freezing. And it actually happened yesterday when I had the interview with the alien. The computer started freezing up too. So this is what happens when you're dealing with energy workers. We actually we fuck up the frequency of the electronics and stuff. But I want you guys, he's coming back on now. I want you guys to be get interested in what we're doing so we can change our lives and we can all vibrate higher and vibrating higher. If you're on this video with us, we're gonna ignite some shit inside of you. And I'm really grateful to see all you guys. Make sure you like my page, add me as a friend, and those who don't know about him, add him and befriend him. He's coming on really, really soon. And I'm letting him have his masculinity and take charge, because he has a lot of things I'm interested in, and he's coming on real quickly. If you have any questions, guys, be sure to put your questions below for him. We're not going to ignore. No, I think his gifts are he's like addressing all concerns, and you don't even have to ask any questions. So Coach Khayr is basically what I've heard so far is that he's on his happiness zone right now. He's done his poly shit already. He did the mono thing, and now he's very strategic. Now it's all about his happiness. I have questions about that too. However,
come on with it. Come on with it. Ask it. Come on. Say it.
Okay. You said something about happiness. Now, just let me talk, okay? Don't cut me off. In life, there are ups and downs. And me personally, if I'm rolling with you and you're not with me through the ups and downs, you're not there with me with the smiles, you're not there with the cries, then I don't think I can have a relationship with a person like that. You know what I mean? Like, if shit get too hectic in my personal life, because shit does happen, things happen in your life. You can lose a relative in your life, which might get you on an emotional, roller coaster. You might lose a job. Are you saying that if a woman's around you and she had a serious change of life and she's not making you happy because she's sad and she really needs support at the time, you're telling me you're going to be like, deuces, I'm sorry, your problems are too much. I'm trying to be happy right now and you're not happy. Is that the conversation you have?
No, absolutely not. My philosophy is when the pros start, as long as the pros outweigh the cons, then we good. It's when the cons start outweighing the pros. There is no relationship where she can always make me happy all the time. My happiness is my responsibility. Everybody's gonna rock somebody's boat a little bit, but if we're talking about the majority of the time, it's impossible for me to be happy 24 hours a day. I can strive for happiness and joy 24 hours a day, but I know life happens. So when it comes and because we're going to be building up a track record. So I'm going to be looking at what has she invested in me. I'm going to be looking at in her investments. But once the numbers get upside down, and it takes a while for this, just like a credit score, it takes a while for a credit score to go up and for it to go down. So this ain't like we've been rocking for 6 months and then 1 week you was tripping. Hell no, because I already know it's 28-day cycles that go on with the moon. I ain't even thinking about that. So like even with my long term, if somebody like, let's say like let's go back to the Mega Mills example. When you in Atlanta, we kicking it, and I'd be like, you know what? I think it's gonna be me and you. Are you ready to do 6 to 12 years with me? Are you ready to do 6 to 12 years? That's the kind of commitment, and I be scaring jokers away as soon as I say 6 to 12 years. They be like, wait a minute. I'd be like, yeah, nigga, let's go. What's up? If you serious, I'm serious. Can we do 6 or 12 years, period? And the only way that you can get out of this joker is if somebody goes into something physical or some kind of drug. You start doing heroin, you start smoking crack, you become a crazy ass alcoholic, or you start putting your hands on me. I don't care what your resume is. It's a wrap. And it's the same for me. If I put my hands on you, then you're supposed to go. Yeah, forget all that. I need some help and yibbity yibbity yibbity. Wait. No, if I put my hands on you and that ain't part of the agreement, I'm not into like, let's just keep on working this out. I done lost it and you got a right to bounce. But if I'm feeling, but if I'm like, if I see that we've been together for a year or whatever, and then, you going through something, but nah, like if she's something happened to her family, like emotional or somebody died, or she was in an investment by herself and she lost a bunch of money and she was really pissed. I ain't, and she coming at me. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? I know you just lost a bunch of bread or a family member or something like that. But no, as long as the pros outweigh the cons, and that's what people is upside down in these poly relationships. They're doing poly and there's too many cons. That's what you were talking about earlier. You were talking about dude want to do a poly, but he's starting off with cons. He ain't got no pros. He ain't got no pros. He just got cons. Hey, bro, what about the other side? What's some of your pluses and your bonuses, player? Then
He
maybe I
thought
can see, can I
penis.
work with you?
He thought it was his
Say what?
penis. He thought his penis game was gonna like be enough, and I'm like, no, I'm a woman, and penis is not enough.
His mama taught him that through what she didn't teach him. Because his mama made a decision off, because sometimes the decisions that women or men make off of other people's sexual organs teaches and leads by an example. So if she had a bad interaction with the father and now she cut the penis off, she cut all the penis off. Like every man was the baby daddy. So I can't get no more penis ever because they're all gonna do what he did. Like that person don't need to be in no type of relationship, uh, poly or mono. They need to start to have working on compassion, start working on forgiveness, things like that. But no, as long as I'm happy, then I must stick around because I want you to reflect me. I want you to reflect me. As long as you happy, I want you to stay. So if you leave, I'll be like, yo, she wasn't happy no more in this situation. And so I wouldn't want to, she can't hold me. Can't nobody hold me in a situation that I'm not happy in. Like cause I can disappear on my own cause I'm magical. Two, I can lock my own door cause I'm full grown man. I got my own key. And three, I call the police on you if you still tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one of those, oh, we black, so I can't call the police on you because that's black. No, nigga, you broke the law. If I told you to leave me alone, then leave me alone. Period.
Well, let me ask you a question. I've been in that 6 to 12 year kind of relationship. I prefer that type of relationship. I just, it makes me feel I need to feel stability. I can't be in a relationship with ups and downs or worrying about in and out and all that stuff. I like to come home and I like things to be a certain way every single day. And I guess that's what makes me boring, but that's what makes me happy. That makes me content. If I'm with a person and he's going out at 12 o'clock in the night today, and then tomorrow, I know he goes to work and he gets out at 6 o'clock, but he's coming home 8, 10, 12, 1. And it's every day a roller coaster for me. I'm like, I can't deal with that because I can't, something in my mind will be telling me something's wrong, chaos in my life. I don't need this chaos. I like a real boring dude. That's what I like. But back to the poly stuff. So that's why I can't really do, I personally can't. I've done poly in a way because I've dated a guy and he had another woman and I tolerated it because I'm like, okay, Mega's getting her needs met in this relationship, right? Mega's getting this guy, as you would call a manager. He was just like, he's my best friend. He's someone I could talk to about every single thing. However, I may not have, what would have been, he might have won a woman with a bigger booty or something. I mean, I can't take responsibility for his choices. He may have seen me as wifey or whatever, wifey or mother or whatever, right? And then he might find another girl he considers a freak. But then he'll come back to me and say, well, she's a loose chick. And it's like, well, why are you chasing loose chicks? Like, why are you entertaining this if what you're having at home is okay? Because they have unresolved issues. You know what I mean? They feel uncomfortable if things are just like okay. Some men are like, okay, it's okay. It's too okay. I need some chaos. So let me bring, Shaniqua in here. And now it's Shaniqua's fault that his life is a mess. And it's like, no, it's your penis. Your penis has big booties, okay? but you don't want to marry the big booty. You don't want to commit to the big booty. You just want, that's your little dessert on the side. Does that make sense? So I've dated in that situation. Do I want to date like that now? Like I said, his energy's got to be so good. Like I'm talking about, first of all, I got too many people, too many gifted people that can like cyber spy on a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like I got people out there that I can just tell them, hey, this is this guy's name, and they can just close their eyes and be like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what helps me, because they'll tell me this person's doing this, that, and I don't even have, and even my gifts will tell me, no, this person's doing that. So it eliminates so many men. Then there are not that many men once you cut, when you are strategic. Then there might have been 10,000 men all over the United States. There's a million black men, right? Some of them are in jail. Some of them don't like females. Some of them are not eligible. Like they don't have no job. They don't bring no joy or happiness in your life. It's just negativity. And somebody might be married already. But those married men want you to be the side chick. They want you to play the side chick because their wife don't want a poly relationship, right? So it's not a happiness. Now, if I was with a man and say, for example, this is, oh, see the damn computer's freezing up again. It's you.
No,
So
I ain't saying
for me,
nothing.
so what would work for me? I don't know about how you females feel. What would work for me in a perfect poly relationship? The guy would be financially independent. You see what I'm saying? Like he would have develop his own career, or he have his own situation where he is financially stable, so he's not led to these other women to make money. I will know that this person is coming from a place of power, a place of being centered, right? And he has a place, he's coming from a place of discernment. So I know that I will take that, okay, he's just trying to pimp out of my mind, because it's like this guy's already got money. He's not motivated by desperation. He's not motivated by, all the sins or whatever. You understand? Like there's no really character flaws. Um, so if I'm in a relationship with him, he lives in, well, I'm in Arizona, so he lives in New York, and he looks after me, he treats me really well with respect, and he decides to be with another woman, but he's taking care of my needs, and whatever my needs are, he's going to give it to me. You know what I mean? Whatever my needs will make it clear. As you said in the star chart, I'm a Cancer, so I would have to tell him, these are my needs. Can you meet them? Go on. No, no, no. You remember last time you cut me off? No, I'm kind. Go ahead. Go ahead, talk. Go on, Coach Khayr.
I need you to put an adjective in front of the word needs. Is he meeting your financial needs? Because I was waiting for number two. Because right now you're still talking about number one, he has to have the finances. So then I thought you was gonna say number two, number three, number four.
Oh,
But it seems like you're still on number one. So I'm just asking for my clarity's sake, are you still saying that, is this what you're saying, like you was asking me? Are you saying that you in Arizona, he's in New York, he's taking care of all of your financial needs? Is that what you mean?
no, I mean, there are a lot of needs. There's basic needs: food, clothes, shelter. Those are the basic needs. And then there are other needs too, right? I like to travel. I like deep intellectual conversations. I like building on each other's strengths. I like art. These are some of those things he can't do, but those are some things would like them to have the same interest in. Like my ex-boyfriend, he's from New York, and we happen to know each other in Arizona. We end up hooking up just because we knew the same places. We come from the same place. Does that make sense? Did he meet all the financial bills? Maybe at one time he did, and after that I started doing my own thing, and we support each other. If he needs something, I'm there, and if I need something, he's there. Does that make sense? But if he dates another female, as long as they don't fuck with our arrangement means that you're not gonna rock my boat. You're not gonna make me uncomfortable, right? You're not. I'm clarifying it for you, Coach Khayr. You're not
Is
rocking
is
my
is
boat.
is
You're not making me.
is is he still in New York, or is he in Arizona at this point where you're saying he can date another girl? Because that's very important. Can he be in New York and date another girl, or can he be in Arizona and date another girl, or do you mean both?
This is a hypothetical situation right here, because I have not really totally contemplated and worked out the strategy that this would happen. Okay. Um, I'm not really clear. I would have to inbox you and have a coaching consultation on that if the situation came up. Or I have people who want in high places that will help me figure out if this is what it is for me. I personally, I mean, like I said, he has to be someone that I learn from. I benefit so much from this motherfucker. I'm so honored to be this person's life that whatever time I get from him, it is quality, is pure. That makes sense? If it's quality and pure and I'm vibrating and I'm growing from it this time together, then I might even change it. It may not be I might see this person as maybe a coach. I might see this person as a mentor. You know what I mean? And I might want to have sex with them once in a while. Or we could do tantra sex. Like, we don't have to have physical sex, you know, like tantra sex is, I can have a lover in New York. I can have a lover in Europe. I can have a lover in India. And we don't have to have physical sex. So now we're going to the next level of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I personally don't need to get my sexual needs by you being here all the time. What I need is pure energy. So if your energy and your vibration is low, I can't even be that. That's the most intimacy that you can have with somebody on a soul level, on the energy. So that's really, if you're around me and I'm in a relationship with someone, just friend wise, if I'm around a guy too long, he's gonna start vibrating. He might have a straight up full body orgasm, right? And this has happened so many times that I have to govern my energy, right? So I can have long-term relationships with a person just on energy. That makes sense? I'm just letting you know how I work. It's different from a traditional female out there. Like, I don't have to go out to Atlanta and be like, hey, Coach Khayr, there's a meeting in your bedroom, you know? There's a meeting in my bedroom. You know what I mean? We don't gotta do that. We could just be like, sit your ass and lay down somewhere, put your hands in a prayer position and get ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's off the chain. We can have, if you want to, we can have another conversation in the future about that. I'm sure our viewers are interested in that too. Jason said that's scary. It's not scary. It's the best thing that might happen in your damn life.
When is your birthday?
It's June 30th. I'm not going to give you my date of birth now. We might have to do this off air. But I'm a Cancer, and my rising sun is Leo. My rising sign is Leo, and my moon is Taurus. Look, he's about to show you what he does.
I'm not
so
either.
I'm a Cancer.
No, I'm not either. I'm not finna show you nothing because I'll just over here. I'll just go over here because all you're doing right now is you're talking about your Venus. What you're doing when people start talking about what they want in relationships, what they're doing is identifying one of the planetary energies. So what you're doing right now is talking from your moon. Women always talk from their moon and from their Venus. So back to the conversation of poly, these jughead dudes out here, these normal clowns out here who they don't study astrology. And I really, you know, even the women too, like you don't even know what your own relationship language is. And then you over here wanting to match up with somebody. Totally ridiculous. It's like I want to go out and play football with the Philadelphia Eagles and they just won the Super Bowl, but I ain't practiced, I ain't done nothing. I just went and bought some shoulder pads and just came out there on the field, you know, with a football. I'm gonna get destroyed. And that's how most people are going because the numbers, our divorce rate and the number of domestic violences and the number of dating sites. The number of dating sites are keep going up because ain't nobody getting married. They're leaving these relationships because they didn't know what they was doing, and now they want to go and say, "Oh, I want to do poly." You dumbass. The same thing that do you want to know? Does everybody want to know what makes poly work? The same thing that makes mono work. Great communications. If the communications is weak, it ain't gonna work. I don't give a damn who it is. If jokers is out here hiding and lying and are the best poly relationships and the best mono relationships are between people who are really authentic. They're radically honest. So when people be like, yo, so Khayr, why you ain't in a relationship? Because my radical honesty scares these women away. The long distance, it seems like it's just so wonderful. They be somewhere else and they just be like, ooh. Then they get around me and they see that it even gets more intense. Because then I want them to be honest. And most women, because they deal with so much of these clowns, you don't want to show no clown your real self. But the problem with that is you have developed a habit of portraying a counterfeit personality. Then you get around a dude like me, and you ain't got no, and you don't know how to switch. And your counterfeit personality, you want to get it out the way so I can see who you really are. But all I see and smell is a counterfeit personality. And then you start telling me about, well, I had to do this because of this, that, and the third. And then I start thinking just like a woman, Mega, like you. And I'll be like, yo, I don't got time for that. You should have fixed all that. You should have been working on your honesty before you got to me. So like me, I don't care what the situation is, whether I'm dating, passing by, just hitting the skins, holding the door for you at Walmart, whatever it is, I'm gonna be radically honest. And that's normally women say, "Oh, I want that in a relationship," but they forget that now you gotta be radically honest too. So, and then when I meet somebody who's radically honest, I may not be attracted to them, or we just really good friends, or stuff like that. But like some of the people that I, would be in a relationship with, um, they're not radically honest, or they're radically honest and they like you. It's a long distance relationship. Now me with Tantra, long distance is cool, but it ain't enough. Like we're gonna have to come up with some kind of scheduling strategy so we can bump some things together. We need some physical friction to get the fire burning. That's all good, but 6 months of long distance loving over the internet and spiritual realm and all that, by that time, really, that's whack because somebody's magic should have produced a plane ticket somewhere. Somebody should have produced. You're trying to tell me we having all this good loving in the astral plane and we can't produce no money? Get out of here. Get out of here. We have to produce some paper. You can't get no flight on Southwest or whatever. Or really, it goes back to if you in Arizona and I'm in Atlanta and we're doing that, why can't I want to have sex magic with you so you can find a lover that's my equivalent that stays in your town? Why can't you find, you know what I'm saying? Or why can't you be wanting to desire that for me? Yo, Khayr says one of his things that he desires is he looking for a local chick who can meditate, follow instructions, got that wet, got a crazy mouth.
Follow instructions. Hold on, follow instructions. That's some terminology. Let's clear that up. What do you mean by follow instructions? Clear that up, please.
If the cake say put 2 eggs in it, put 2 eggs in it, not one, 2 eggs in it. If the instructions say so, if some instructions are laid down, then follow them. Because that's how I live my life. I follow instructions. If somebody gave me instructions to do something, I follow them. I think for myself when it's got something to do with me. But if you come to me and ask me what we're going to do, and see the first thing is this is how women be trying to set dudes up. Hey king this, king that, king that. Kings give instructions. So if you came to me and you said I was your king and you chose me, and then I was like, well, what you want to do? And you said, oh, it's up to you. And then I give you some instructions. That's what I expect you to do. Follow them. Otherwise,
Okay,
don't be
wait, hold on. What does
asking me.
that look like? What? All right, so I want everybody in here because he's saying some trigger words that most women are gonna be like, talk about it, Mega. So I need to hit that pain point right there. So let's imagine a hypothetical. It doesn't have to be me, okay? But we'll just do me because I'm just going to do that. So King Khayr, I'm coming down to Atlanta to see you, and then you give me instructions. What instructions would you be telling me? I want to know what these instructions
I'm
are.
gonna
Are they
make it.
reasonable?
I'm gonna make it way more. I'm gonna go simple and then go out to Megas coming to Atlanta. We go to a store together. We go to a restaurant, and the young lady, whoever our waitress is coming at you sideways. And you can tell she's disrespecting you. The energies are all around letting you know she's being disrespectful, and you want to get rowdy and handle her. And I tell you to chill, then I just gave you an instruction. Chill. Because I don't identify that it's a better way to do it. If you can't follow a simple chill instruction, then you can't follow big instructions. Big instructions is Mega, you come into Atlanta, put some stilettos in your bag. When you get here and we get in this bedroom, I want to see some damn stilettos on the floor somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Mega, when you get to the airport, have on that cinnamon lip gloss that I like. I gave you an instruction. If I get there and your lips is dry, or you done went, or even if you switch to peppermint, and then I was like, mwah. I was like, this ain't cinnamon. You was like, oh, I decided to change to peppermint. I said you ran out of cinnamon. No, I got cinnamon. I said, you recall that I asked you to have cinnamon on at the airport. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you chose on your own to switch to peppermint. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't follow instructions. Simple stuff like that. Because I wouldn't dare give you a big instruction, which may have something to do with $10,000, $100,000, $500,000. Now we go to business and I be telling people like, yo, you need this particular web design. Go to this person and tell them exactly this so you can get this thing done and they'll know that I sent you. But you go there and try to carry it another way. Don't tell them I sent you. Then you come back to me talking about, that didn't work, King. Did you do it like I told you to do it? No, I just decided you can't follow instructions. So then don't waste my time by me giving you none. Just tell me I don't need no instructions. I'm going to do it just the way I do things. And then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, I respect that. You ain't the one for me. That's very well. But
you get instructions. Can you instructions though? Are you open for instruction, or is it just one way?
I'm open for instructions when they are instructional. I'm not for tit for tat instructions. Like, don't tell me to do something to see can you exercise power over me. I'm not giving you instructions to exercise power over you. I'm giving you instructions so we can have a lot of harmony. If you're giving me some instructions that's going to increase our harmony, that joint probably get done before it get all the way out your mouth. All the way out your mouth. Like, for instance, today, my roommate texted me and was like, yo, eat them cupcakes that's in the kitchen and eat that some bagels. I got right up and went and got them joints like right then. Really what she was meaning was she was like, you can have them before they go bad or whatever, yada, 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 because she bought those cupcakes and those are hers because she's a vegan and all this other stuff and yada. But I was like, yeah, that's good for me. That's harmony. So I got up and went and got them jokers and ate them. But can I follow instructions? I follow instructions I follow wise instructions. So if somebody deems that my instructions aren't wise, then they shouldn't follow them. But I'm classified around the world as wise. So I wouldn't I don't have time to be flexing my power because all of my ancestors is watching. All of the gods is watching me. I live at such a place where these things are so close to me, my ego can't get into me giving you instructions just to see if you're going to follow it. I ain't testing you. I'm telling you something to help make your life better. So when somebody comes, and I get that a lot too, women say, well, can you follow? You can't follow instructions. Yo, if your life is a mess, you can't give me instructions. If your life is a mess, you can't give me, just like you said about the dude. If he ain't paying his bills, he stay with his mama, he ain't taking care of his kids, his phone keep getting cut off, you shouldn't be following none of his damn instructions because he done already demonstrated to you and showed you he can't run himself. I demonstrate that I can really, really, really run me. I'm like I coach group coaching. So I've coached 50, 60, 70, 100 people at a time. I've coached people one-on-one. I've coached physical activities. I've taught people how to heal people. I've taught people how to kill people. I've taught people how to take a gun from people. So the instructions that I give as a teacher often could help you save your life. So I don't have time to be playing with you when you sitting over there talking about, like go to somebody else who is not a lifesaver. I'm a lifesaver. So all my instructions is like that. Every man who give instructions is not a lifesaver. So if you feel that he ain't a lifesaver and they don't feel comfortable, then bungee. I say the same thing for other people. They don't feel like my instruction, that if it makes them uncomfortable, then move along. But guess what? What the hell do I got to gain from giving you some instructions that's going to get both of us jacked up? Like that would make me unwise. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I want to clarify because what I'm hearing from you, and I don't want to read between the lines, but and my wiseness and my third eye is telling me that at this stage of the game, you're strategically interested in highly motivated people, right?
The phone started
I get a
freezing. The
feeling
phone
that
started freezing. Repeat that. The phone
say
started
it
freezing.
this time.
Repeat that. Repeat that. The phone started
Well,
freezing.
can you, can you guys hear me, guys? Because I don't know. I think my tantra energy be freezing up the phone sometimes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm hearing from you, you're personal. We didn't have to make it personal, but it's fine. I want the world to see our personalities. I think that's the best thing about these types of videos is personality versus format. Um, what I think is, for me personally, I appreciate, for me, the first mark for me when I'm searching for, if I'm searching for a guy, is integrity. That's the first thing. I can't take no instruction from no man who don't have integrity. He has no integrity, like, just the way he talks about certain situations. If he doesn't have his own sense of a GPS that tells him what's right or wrong, then I have a problem with that because I know people who don't have integrity make shortcuts. They take high risks. They're like
Killmonger.
gamblers.
Killmonger. Killmonger in Black Panther. Killmonger.
I was about to leap onto that, but I ain't gonna jump on it because that's a whole nother conversation. I would like to go there too, but that's not even relationship wise. But maybe we could talk about that another time. So women, what I want, and we're gonna make this because me and him was only supposed to be doing this for like 45 minutes. I told him, he said how long, and I said 45 minutes. But in my mind, I was like, we ain't gonna be talking for no 45 minutes. But ew, I don't. That face is weird. Anyway. But the thing is, if you guys choose the poly life, I think what's really important is that you have a strong sense of self. You have a strong sense of self. You know what your needs and your wants are in a relationship. Every sign is different. I'm a Cancer, so Cancers, we're nurturers, okay? And so we're like very people pretty much come to us because like he said earlier, which I thought was very interesting. He says he's like a fire, like he puts fires out. That's what people come to him for. They come to him for crisis. In crisis situations, they're highly motivated and they're like, I need Coach Khayr. I'm at the end of my rope. Shit ain't working out. Please
And
help me.
surgery. And surgery. And surgery. They come for me, put fires out, and to do deep operations. I just wanted to put that in there. I'm a surgeon. So you are right. I just wanted to add surgeon. I do put fires out, but I'm
And
definitely a
you
surgeon.
fix.
So
So he puts fires out, right? He neutralizes situations and he can help with recovery as well, right? And I do that too. We have, I think both of us have that in common that people come to us in crisis, which in a way is another conversation because it's like, damn, I would like people who don't have crisis. But that's what people see us. They feel you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, can I get some happy people in my life? But you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like if you are fired, if you work in a crisis mode, it's kind of hard for you to flip off that crisis mode because in your life you're looking for to build on strengths. But anyway, that's another conversation. So the bottom line is he's I believe if you're gonna get in this game, you have to study sociology, you have to study maybe history, you need to study psychology, and know who you are and what you want. If you don't know what you want, then you're going to be in a situation where the other person has more control over the relationship. And if somebody has more control or more influence in a relationship than the other, and if you feel confused, first of all, I want to let you guys know this. If you ever feel confused in a relationship, that is a moment to pause. Any confusion at any time, you need to pause it. I don't if I feel any confusion, then I pause the situation because I have to ask clarifying questions. Because sometimes that is a sign of manipulation. Like if you're totally confused in every relationship, every situation you have with this guy, it's manipulation. Go on.
I think you can learn from manipulation. I think that you can learn because a lot of people want to, so I was agreeing with this goes back when you use like sociology, physiology, psychology, and astrology. I've seen so many people that in their uh in their personal poisons, because everybody has a personal poison in their chart, a lot of people are looking for a savior and they go into a relationship looking for someone to manipulate them. Manipulating to them is normal. That's how they grew up. It's in their chart, and they've never had somebody come and say, like, if you ain't never put deodorant on, you don't really know you musky. So somebody gotta be like, yo, yeah, put some deodorant on, player. Yeah, go put some deodorant on. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. So sometimes you have to have someone come and manipulate you. You don't like how it feels, and then you make a change. Because pain shows you that you are alive, but you don't have to be a pain freak. Pain is okay, pain freaks is not. A little bit of pain shows me, like, I know I ain't got to leave my hand on the oven for me to know it's hot. But if there's someone there, and even in their attempts to manipulate me, but sometimes if I get into a relationship and it's a sister who has a superior science than the science I already use, yo, I'm open for manipulation, because if she got a good heart and it's good karma, I can trust that. Like, sometimes you have to be open to molding. You have to be open to molding. Like, but you not just. And this is a really funny statement. I'm going to say some trigger words here. Women, it's a trigger word to me, but women say this all the time. I ain't gonna just let anybody mold me. In a way, yes, you should. Not permanently. You have the last veto power, but you, through your interactions that you have. See, we have all these spiritual contracts from past lives. I might be getting a little deeper now, because when you're doing a poly relationship, you're just speeding up these past life contracts. Instead of doing them one at a time, you're doing them two, three, four at a time. Like, for me, that's why I don't have a problem with poly, because I get a chance to be honest, and I get to run these contracts. Because I ain't coming back here just because they was like, you was supposed to date Mega Mills, but you was over here with Tawana, and Tawana was giving you a headache, so you told Mega to wait, and then you stayed with Tawana for 20 years, and then Mega had to come back as Sheila, and you had to come back as David. And no, hell no. No, no, no. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. What's the contract? What is the contract? And when we look at that, maybe the contract is for you to manipulate me to the point where I need to learn something else about how to be more accountable for my own stuff. You see what I'm saying? If you got the power to manipulate, then maybe I learned manipulating from you, got out of it, went and manipulated some other folks, and guess what happened to me? Same thing happened to you, some really negative karma. You manipulated me for the wrong reasons. I was supposed to let that happen so some negative shit could happen to you when I left. Then I went over here and made a choice to pick up your negative thing. I manipulated someone, and guess what? I learned the hard way just like you. And so now I done learned that some negative karma comes with manipulating someone when it's against their will. And then I run back into you and I be like, how you doing? And you be like, you know what? I want to apologize for manipulating you the way I did. I'm going to be like, I accept your apology, but don't worry. I already know what you're going through, because I took that and I went and manipulated somebody too, and I got my head busted to the white meat too. See, a lot of times in relationships, period, people don't want to get their head busted. They don't want, they think it's supposed to be, that's why I say it's all romantic. It's just, oh, no. You got to sit down and understand that, as you said earlier, it's going to be highs and lows. So there's going to be highs and lows in the ocean, Mega. We should all learn to be surfers. We should all stop being so rigid. Some of us are too rigid. We're too rigid, and we try to surf out there on the water like this. You're going to drown. That water going to break your board, and you're going to drown, and then the water going to keep going up and down. Life keeps going up and down. So if you don't understand what rhythms are, or that's just like sex. When the woman show you a different rhythm, she can be on the bottom and take over. She can be on the bottom, take over and give you another rhythm, and then you trying to go back to a rhythm you want to do. Bro, you crazy. When she, yo, when y'all switch, I switch right with you. I switch right with you. I switch right with you. Hey, because we're doing harmony. Then if I want to switch to something else, we can come back. But we have to learn that sometimes manipulation is for a reason. These things are for a reason. And it's seasonal too. It don't have to be lifetime. But I had to come and see this so I could learn where this thing is at. Sometimes you just only supposed to activate me with a negative situation. Like the police who put me in handcuffs and put me in the car, I can't be mad at him. It was something that I did to be in that situation for him to put me in handcuffs. So I'm thankful for him. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I just want to clarify. I clarify this too. There's a difference between manipulation and facilitation. Because mani means hand, like manicure. It means
That's
manipulation,
good. I
right? So
like that. Can I use that? Can I
you
use
sure
that
can.
right there? Can I use
Just make
that?
sure you hashtag Mega Mills, hashtag X Mega Mills. So manipulation is mani, like manicure. That's the hand part. And then what we want to do, and I'm just going to add upon what you're saying, is you want to facilitate versus manipulation. Manipulation is more sinister. It's darkness. It's not. It's just that for me, it's not in harmony. I can feel when somebody's manipulating me because they're manipulating they against my will. If you are facilitating a space for growth, for learning, for harmony, there's a difference between you manipulating me. Another thing that I'm getting from what you're saying, because I was thinking about this earlier. You said a word called harmony. Okay, harmony means you're able to sing with other people in harmony, different notes in harmony, right? So if you're going to be in a polygamous relationship or whatever relationship, you better be singing on harmony. Like, I don't want somebody over there like, oh, say, like Fergie, oh, say, can you see? I mean, I can't harmonize with that. I didn't know what the hell she was doing. All right. So if, because everybody learns differently. They learn through sight, hearing, touching. So some people may understand if I'm in a relationship with you and your notes are like kind of fucked up, then we're not going to be facilitating a good song. But if you're singing, we're both singing it and we're just singing our hearts up and I'm riffing and you riffing and we going back and forth, or we making music. So oh yeah, Fergie was a hot mess. I mean, it sounded like you gave me fever. She turned the damn song into some damn jazz rendition, but it was not the appropriate environment. Anyway, Coach Card, I was about to call you Coach Carter, like the dude on TV. My bad. But did you want to jump in?
Coach Khayr doesn't use the word balance anymore. I took the word balance out of my vocabulary because it's overused. I use the word harmony. Harmony is when both of us are singing at the right pitch. Like your volume may need to be fortissimo and mine may need to be pianissimo, or both of us may need to be at forte for only a second, and then I may need to go up and you may need to come in and support. Or if it's if it's two, because most relationships are solo acts, not choirs. Choirs normally, and you have different dynamics of harmony, but if everybody sings at the same place, um, in a choir, like I don't want a balanced choir. I want a harmonic. It's called what is it? The Philadelphia Harmonic Orchestra. They're called harmonic orchestra. They don't use the word balanced orchestras. Like you don't need let's say if I got six flutes, I'm not gonna have six tenor saxes. You only have like maybe two tenor saxes, and you may have six flutes, or you may only have one set of timpani drums. You ain't gonna have 20 sets of timpani drums because you got 20 trumpets. It's depending on what the situation is. If it's a marching band, then you're gonna need more of this than that, depending on what the dynamics are. So when I say harmony, that's why I don't do balanced relationships. Because that means at one time, I'm going to have to be the queen sometimes, and she's going to have to be the king sometimes. Hell no. No. I want her to maximize, specialize, and facilitate that queen thing to the next level. I don't want her to have no king responsibilities whatsoever. I want to sit there and observe all the queen stuff and be spoiled by that. Why? Because I want her to look at all this king stuff I'm doing and be spoiled by that. I'm a spoiler. Even before I knew all this relationship science, like I used to really like break bread on chicks. Like that's how I got kind of like manipulated, because that reputation was going around like, yo, you ain't got to pay nothing with this nigga right here. He's gonna do the whole thing. Oh, shop. And I just be like, well, dang, what? This next chick coming along, I'd be like, dang, you a little bit out my league or something. And then, I get the panties or something. And then she got a bigger bill than the other chick. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this chick, it was only $150, 200. This chick right here want 1,500 or something. She way in the hole. She need a lawyer. She need a lawyer fees. And I just be like, whoa, what happened here? But it was reputation. It was reputation when I was going through my whole poly thing. Like I was running away a lot of good women because they thought I was a community cow. They thought, and a lot of women still think now that, oh, since he do poly, or he knows so much about poly, he just fucking everything. Man, listen, I have droughts. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like having droughts, but I have droughts because my dick practices a high level of discernment. My eye likes what it sees, but my dick has a brain and is like, we ain't doing that. She crazy. That don't match. Her chart says this. Woo, 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 woo. Every part of my body can read now. So it's not like I got the mind up here and then my dick just do whatever I say. No. My dick got a vote too. Just be like, I'm good. So when, like as the brother said earlier, that when some women come and they trying to say, why can't we do poly? I just be like, and then and then they lead with, well, don't you want to do poly because because now you can be with other women too. Maybe I don't want to. When I was in my last poly relationship, when we got together, I ain't have no other chicks. She had 2 boyfriends and me, but I didn't have no other chicks because I was satisfied. Once I get
Wait, 2
satisfied,
boyfriends and you. So she had 3 boyfriends, 3 boyfriends in whole.
she
You
had
and them
one
2.
king. She had one
A
king, which
king.
is me. She had me. She called me king, which I was, because me and her was paying bills. We was up under the same roof. We was up under the same roof. We seen each other every day. Every day. Like we was the primary. Then she picked up Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar was her boy. Yeah, she named us. I was king. Then she had Brown Sugar. Then she had Dark Chocolate. So
What
that's
was
what
her
she had.
sign? What was her sign?
Oh, she was a Sagittarius.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes
She was a
sense.
Sagittarius. She was a Sagittarius. She taught me a whole. She definitely made and she definitely made me wiser from that particular relationship. Not just because of the men, but because of everything that she brought to the table. Sagittarius is the sign of the professor. So I learned, and it was a large age gap. It was a large age gap between us too. So you know what I'm saying. So like, it's so much goes into, like I said, selection of these type of relationship styles that you want to go to keep poly separated from pimping. If you want if you want poly to be successful, you do need to understand the aspects of pimping, because those women are the most radically honest women on the planet. They are the most radical, honest women on the planet. I love them, but I don't necessarily want to be with a prostitute or even a call girl. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she coming off, you know what I'm saying, and she retiring, hey, maybe we can talk, because she's coming in with some really good qualities. And just like, if I was to find a woman who had been in a poly relationship and they had done it right and she wanted to be in a relationship with me, what am I looking for, Mega? Happiness. What can you bring from that poly relationship that can add happiness? Because if she was in a successful poly relationship, she got over y'all's number one vice: cattiness. I don't want a woman who's catty, even if we in a mono relationship. Stop being catty. That's supposed to be your sister. Help her out. Whatever. I don't know what
Hold
it
on, hold
is.
on. Whoa, whoa.
Uh-oh.
I hope
Uh-oh.
you
She
guys
pulled
are
her hair.
keeping up with us because
She
he's,
pulled her hair. She
huh?
pulled her hair. I said, you pulled the
Well,
hair. I saw when you hit the
I mean,
hair.
I got major shrinkage. It was like long and then it boom. Anyway, so he's bringing up a lot of stuff and he doesn't care about making your head spin. So it's all good. I just always want to pause him so you guys can take a deep breath. Now he's bringing in internal internal competition that most women have amongst each other, which is
That's still
another
poly
concern.
though. But that's still relative to poly though. That's still relative to poly.
Definitely. I wanted to point that out, that what he's saying right now is a real major concern is competition and insecurity. Those are two things that he's bringing up. Those are deal breakers in these types of relationships, correct?
Those those are deal breakers in every type of relationship. You get some people competing with one another in a mono relationship. These jokers ain't but two people and y'all competing against one another. Or y'all got a poverty mindset like it's not enough to go around. I just see, and I seen Brother Polite being interviewed with two of his four wives, and the dude said, "Well, what do you do?" He asked one of the wives, "Well, what do you do when he's having sex with one of the other wives?" She was like, "I go and live my life. I got other stuff to do." And so the dude was thinking that they all, when they all, since it's four of us, when we have sex, we all have sex at one time. All women, brothers, I'm finna give y'all some game. Y'all better listen. All women want their needs met, but they all don't have the same needs. They might all need management and need leadership, but after that, their needs are just go every which kind of way. So you can't think that you can do, I don't care if you was with four cancers and you was like, oh, we're just gonna have sex together all the time. If that is, bruh, if that's not how they operate, that ain't what they gonna do. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's another thing too, a myth of poly. We should do a whole poly myth. These dudes think they're gonna have all of these menage a trois and orgies and stuff like that. And look, bro, don't be wasting these chicks' time. If you want to see a girl on girl, then pay for it. Or tell a chick that's what you want. Tell a chick, I want to see you and another chick. Or I want to finance me, you, and her. Just say what it is, and then maybe then they may come. I had an Aries ex one time who, after we broke up, maybe 3 or 4 years, she was like, "You never asked for a threesome. That's why you didn't get one." I said, "You would have done that?" She said, "You didn't even never know how I was into chicks, because I love me some bisexual women. Oh my goodness gracious. Whew. I love them straight, but I love them bisexual too. That's just straight like that. But But I also had to learn too that just because you bisexual don't mean you won't be catty. I thought that bisexual was the answer to not being catty. Boy, was I fooled. That didn't work
You
either.
like stuck a lot of balls. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it. You're very intelligent, and so intelligent. There's one thing I get from intelligent people. If you don't mind me saying you're intelligent, maybe you're not. Maybe I'm making a wrong observation.
Come on. Come on.
Let me
Come
send you.
on.
Let me send you some energy. Let me send you some energy. Okay.
I'm saying
So,
I'm saying you can say I'm intelligent. I take all compliments. I take it all. Take all the compliments. You can come on with it.
all right. So, how about this? Intelligent men in general, right? Their mind, they're naturally curious. They're naturally curious. They're always looking for opportunities to learn, to grow, to experience different opportunities in life. So that's one thing. And he's a Taurus at the same time. So that's a little, he's juggling out a lot of balls here. Okay. He hopefully he has mastered a lot of this shit because he's throwing all these balls in the air. He's throwing a damn sword in the air. He's catching it without cutting himself. He's throwing one bisexual chick here, a straight female here, Aries in the air, and a Cancer here. He playing all types of positions, and hopefully there's a stillness in his mind where he can do all this. Why he got chaos, but actually creating like stability in chaos. He's a Taurus. I don't know many Taurus people that can do that. Although Taurus people tend to compartmentalize things, and they can stay grounded. They never go too far off from what their comfort zone is. However, he said a lot of things. We're gonna have to cut this short because I think this is a great opportunity for us to do a couple of more videos in the future. Don't you think, Coach Khayr?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not juggling. I'm just walking in the marketplace. I'm not juggling. I got my piece in the center and I walk by and I see all these things. I'm a visionary, so I'm just giving you a report of the things I see. I have attempted to juggle these things, but I'm walking through the marketplace holding my happiness. That's all I'm doing. and I noticing these things, and I'm a storyteller, so I give very vivid. And I'm an old ass man, you know. I'm about 73 years old, so I done lived a lot of life. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? Absolutely, yeah,
Almost
absolutely,
70? You're
yeah.
not
You know, I'm
almost
about
70.
73. No, I'm about
Whatever,
70. Yeah,
please.
baby.
I thought you had integrity. Stop lying to people. You ain't 73.
They might want to know. They just some of them. You got some nosy people on here, so I'm just giving the nosy people what they want too. Some people nosy, and they want different things than the other people. So I'm trying to make sure your audience. I'm
You
taking
want to
care of
make
your
sure the woman
audience.
that
So
got daddy issues to holler at you too, huh? You ain't leaving nothing off the table. Hey guys, listen. If you independent woman, I got you. But if you want Big Daddy, I'm here for you too. He's open for every opportunity, guys.
she just put
And
me. She just put me way out there. She just put me way out there, right? Way. I'm gonna have to go for a walk to find myself to where she just put me in a second.
so listen, I think me and this is great because I feel like I'm like magnifying and I'm drawing in some great people in my life. It took me some time to actually, I've always been like this, but to get on camera and share that with other people, it's like, wow, I've come to a great place. I always wanted to collaborate with you in the past. It wasn't right for me. And then today I was just like, you know what? I'm going to contact Coach Khayr and he's going to come on camera with me. And it was like, boom. I was like, it's that kind of mindset. Whatever you want, you ask for it.
Magnetism. And then you magnified it. You set the intention, and then you magnified it, and then I showed up with the electricity. What you doing right now? You just explained relationship science. She visioned it. Ladies, y'all need to be hitting up Mega Mills PayPal right now. She just gave y'all the game. Some of y'all know this is a long post, but if you stayed this late, just for that one right there, you need to hit that PayPal up. You just listen what I'm telling you. She said, I seen it, I visualized it, then I magnetized it. And she ain't pulling no sardine. She pulled in a whale. She pulled in a full-fledged king. So you know what her power is like. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Like,
It's really
and we
easy. This is what it looks like, ladies. This is what it looks like for me because I do
tell me,
this all
tell
the
me.
time. I do this all the time. I mean, I should probably do it more consistently in my life. But when I want something, it just happens. And people are like, how did you make that happen? And it's just like today I woke up and I just felt like asking a question. I was curious. Only thing they can do is say no. Some people are gonna push you away, and then you gotta be like, well, that's not the vibration. I'm trying to find somebody when we in a video, the damn screen freezes up. That's what I'm interested in. I want situations like this where you like, oh, I like that vibration. I like that vibration. I'm on a right path right now because that vibration feels good. That vibration is not draining me. When I get off this video with you, I'm gonna be like, God damn, I'm gonna listen to this video myself, and I'm gonna like it's going to build me up in different ways. And I'm sure you're going to have your own takeaways from that. I think everybody who's watching this video right now can just see that my energy, if you don't notice already, I like to freestyle. You know what I mean? Like I'll try to do some, let's talk about Polly, but it's just like, damn, let's get in this motherfucker head right now because he got a big head. Let's get in that brain and take advantage of as much as we can because after this, we're going to have to inbox him and schedule an appointment, right?
Damn right.
But
Damn right.
you
Damn
have
right.
the confirmation right now, talking to me right now, you can see that he seems like he knows what the hell he's doing. So now you can just take that next step, inbox him, and set up a one-on-one. Like I mean, I'm gonna tell you my date of birth and all that shit on the inbox because I want to know. I want to be more strategic in my dating. I want to make more I want to be strategic. I only want people in my life who are very strategic because we only have, when you're in a certain space in your life, we spent time in college and all this education, they didn't teach you shit. We're talking about actually applying life sciences, and that's the most important thing. If he's into angel magic, right, and I feel his vibration, I'm like, okay, I might fucks with him. But I might met another guy into angel magic, and his energy was draining. So I'm like, okay, all angel magic ain't bad. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to contact Coach Khayr because he speaks in the language that I can tolerate. That guy right there don't have time. He don't have time to teach. He doesn't have the patience. I can't deal with that. But if I want, say, or people come to me, they look at Coach, it's like Coach K astrology.info. There you go. Like for instance, people come to me because I break down very complex situations down to very, very simple stuff. And like you said about being honest, I am not a prostitute, but I'm very, very clear. I'm very, very concise because you can get a lot done when you're clear and concise and raw. If you got to play mind games and dance in the dark with someone, I want to know if I should spend more time. Then I'm starting to noise in the anyway. So guys, inbox him for, your personal one-on-one time or what have you, and check out his videos. Make sure you like and share this video to your friends, your favorite groups. Also,
Ooh,
if you need
yes.
yeah, share it to your favorite groups, okay? Share it. Don't be, people come to me on an inbox. They're always asking me, like, people, I don't know what it is, coach. Maybe you can help me out here. They blow up my inbox, but they're like, for some reason, maybe the stuff that I'm telling them is too personal. You see what I'm saying? Like I see them posting, like reposting like twerking videos. Well, when I be dropping it like it's hot, I'll get inboxes like, "Hey Mega, how you doing? I saw somebody inbox me this video." What from your observation, why would people have that kind of like reservation?
Do you know why? Do you know why people come to you, Mega? They come to you for two reasons. They want to be with you, or they want to be like you. And you have a lot of confidence. You have a lot of unapologetic, raw, feminine, goddess, sexual, divine energy that comes from a habit of keeping it 100. And since you do it so often, you like, well, that's just like putting on deodorant or tying my shoe or brushing my teeth or, putting on my glasses. That ain't nothing. Yeah, but these people haven't never tried that before. And
Wow.
so it they haven't ever tried living unapologetically, radically honest, carefree, and confident 12 hours a day. They ain't done an hour a day for a week. Like gradually work up to it. Cause you make it look so easy. When I used to sell dope, me and my partner, my peoples was coming around, my cousins, and then they would come to the cookouts, but we never would let them be around when we was chopping up or bagging up. So one day my cousin started to get fly off at the mouth or something, right? At the cookout. But they want no dope around. Want no guns. Well, it might have been some guns around, but anyway. And my man told him, he looked at my cousin, he said, don't get it twisted, boy. We just make this look easy. Don't get it twisted, boy. We just make it look easy. It ain't as easy as you think. You're going to have to put some work in to have all the chicks at the cookout, all the weed at the cookout, all the beer, all the food, all the DJs. Like we make this look easy. That's why we don't have these but like two, three times, and only in the summer because we grinding all year. We trying to get some stress off. So don't come running up on me acting like you can do this. You can't be me. You can't be Mega Mills without Mega Mills training. You can't be Mega Mills without Mega Mills training. Mega Mills is going to the Hall of Fame because Mega Mills got some coaching somewhere for herself. You never make it to the Hall of Fame without a coach. You see what I'm saying?
They
She
need
could
to
do a whole.
understand it's like
She could
I
do.
tell them, listen, I don't do this by myself, yo. I got it. If you hear my game, you should hear the conversations I have with my coaches, right? But I don't mind sharing it. But you gotta have a coach, and I'm not saying this because it sounds like some sales pitch. It's the truth. I'm in the mental health field. Every therapist is required to have what you call staffing. When you have a case, you got to talk to your supervisor who's a therapist, and then you guys got to talk about that client in that session. And they say you need to get your own personal therapist so that you don't get burnt out and you can be objective. So I need you guys to know it's okay to ask for help. I'm giving you permission. There's no shame. Smart people have strategy. Smart people get in circles with people who are really smart, that test them, that see their blind spot. Don't try to go on this earth trying to be hard. That's a problem that many of us have. Like, I'm gonna be a strong black woman. You gonna be going through a hard, numbing life. You're gonna be living your life numb as hell and alone and fucking bitter. No, I personally, I'm a Cancer, so I'm not gonna sit here. I make things look easy, yes, but most of that is just intuition. Like, my intuition just tells me what I should do and what I shouldn't do, and I follow my intuition, right? Second of all, when it comes to men, me personally, I don't mind instruction. I got a lot of friends who got problems with that. I don't mind instruction only because I like a man with some instruction. And I don't mean like instruction like you best to do this, but I remember I dated a Virgo. I never dated a Virgo before. But me and the Virgo never had to say anything. He wanted brownies. You want to know he did? He put the box of brownies on the damn counter. I looked over, there was a box of brownies on the counter. I loved it. I was like, damn, he ain't even saying no words. He's saying, yo, make me brownies. The counter. Then he wanted to have a dinner with his friends, right? So he took some spaghetti out, left it out, and just basically told me, in his own way, that that was what we were gonna have. His friends came over. He might in. He tasted it and was like this. We didn't have to talk. It was beautiful.
What if he'd have took the stilettos and put them like by the corner of the bed? What would that mean?
I've had that before. I don't like stilettos. I look goofy in them, but I tried.
I said
I
in the
mean,
bedroom. I ain't say by the front door. I ain't say by the front door. I said in the bedroom.
I don't know. It was a long time ago, but that wasn't the most remarkable thing about our relationship. That wasn't the most remarkable thing in a relationship. Was that part? The most remarkable thing about that relationship is the nonverbal communication. That's what I liked about it. I liked that he didn't have to say, "Hey, you're not doing this and that," or "Can you do this?" If he wanted me to pay a bill or something, the money would just be right there, and I would take it. I would know what that meant. If he needed me to do something, he would just do it, and I would catch the ball and move with it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just knew what he wanted. He didn't say it. He didn't have to say it, and I understood it. I love that. It's like we didn't have to have these types of conversations. It was just like he was giving me, here his, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, damn, I like that. I didn't mind instruction. I didn't mind redirection because I trusted him and I knew that he had my back 100%. And when I seen how he treated other women, I knew that I was pretty much benefiting of all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's benefiting.
And what he had, and I want you to do a video by yourself. I'll come back and do a video with you, but I want you to do a video by yourself on this next thing I'm getting ready to tell. I'm getting ready to give you this jewel right here. Even though I said all women want leadership and they want management, what's the one thing a man has to have? And for me listening, I'm sensing that this man had this. What's the one thing though? And I got this from my first girlfriend when I was a freshman, told me this, but 20 years later, what is the one thing that makes all that come together that a woman wants and she will stay her ass right there as she can get it? What is the one thing she wants from that man to have?
I don't know. I don't know. You said that.
Some nuts, some balls. A man with some balls. It's just something about a man who can just grab his nuts and know who he is. And women just be like, you know what? That's a man right there. But a man who ain't got no nuts, like she told me, she said, yo, you got to talk to me, and I need to be able to hear that you got some nuts. Like you getting ready to back that up. But if you tell me something and you ain't getting ready to back that up, then you ain't got no balls.
I
Women is
don't want.
looking for a man.
I don't really need to see it. I really don't need to see. I don't really need you to tell me what you have or what you want. I appreciate dating with a man where I don't have to. He doesn't have to tell me. He does it. That makes sense. Like, I just see through his nonverbal communication what he wants from me, and I prefer that because women would be catty and stuff, going back and forth. The kind of men that I like don't like to argue. They don't like to go back and forth. If I have an issue, they know how to neutralize it real quickly and find the weak part and just pull it. And it's like, oh wow, thank you. I didn't see it like that. And so some women will tell me, why do you date these kind of men and this, that, and the other? And I'm just like, cause I can be myself around him. Like, Mega Mills likes to be herself, which is I'm like a big kid at times. I'm a big kid at heart. So I like a man that holds that space for me where I can be creative and do the things I like to do. You get what I'm saying? I personally cannot date an Aries. I would never in my life be able to do that. He's too hardcore. You know what I mean? He's real pushy. He's a daredevil, and I'm just like, I can't have this shit in my life. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of people I can't date. Or for example, if I date a Scorpio, that's real risky for me on that razor blade right there. I just can't do it. I will not do it. I like them as friends. They're good conspirers. If you want to conspire to do something, you want a Scorpio on your side because they see the light and the dark. But they'll stalk your ass and hurt you if they feel in any way that you are betraying them. That's what I
What
feel.
what year were you born? I just want to look at this Venus right fast. That's all we want.
We ain't putting Mega on Front Street right now.
We're not.
We can do
I
that
ain't gonna say
inbox.
nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. All I'm gonna do is I just want the year. You can. I just want the year. That's all I want. Is I ain't gonna tell nobody. This is me being nosy. I'm just telling you honestly. It's okay.
Oh, I can inbox you that on the low low, but we ain't
Yeah,
putting
yeah,
Mega on
okay.
Front Street. Thank you, and thanks for asking. You tried it. It ain't happening. Okay. All right. I like my discretion too. Okay. That's another thing about Mega Mills. She's into discretion. She's in this, you know what I mean? I'm confident and I keep it real, but of course there's some things that is personal to Mega Mills. You know, this is
Facts.
confidential. This is HIPAA, privacy laws, okay?
All facts. All facts. All facts. All facts. I'm with that. I got that policy too. I got that policy. It's okay. It's all right.
But having people look
I can
finding me
wait.
on damn, I don't need nobody looking, Google me up and shit, finding my exact location in Arizona. I mean, no, especially them Scorpios that come and sick your ass. I ain't trying. Anyway, listen, guys, we're gonna shut this down. I am so grateful that you guys stick with us. All the support, all the good energy and vibes here. I feel that many of us I've learned something. I've got a lot of clarity and the guy has game. He obviously has game. I don't know if I'm fully convinced to get into that lifestyle, but we are going to invite him back. And I think we should do a couple of, I think between me and him, because we're both curious and so forth, we don't even need a damn
I,
topic. We just,
I would like to do this is what I even said today when you first asked me. I was getting ready to go put it on Facebook. I would rather do lives with other people and let them handle it and give me some time off so I can be a guest on somebody else's stuff because I'm always hosting. So whenever you saying, yo, we want to do something, you see how fast you was like, today, nigga, we're going to do it on a live today. And I was like, oh, I was like, them like when you was like, let me go make something cute. And I was like, this is something that I attracted. This is something that I desire. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting ready to post it like Coach Khayr is open to do lives on Facebook. You host it, I'll show up. But I'm down if you want to do these right here. And you know what I'm saying? As long as the hair is looking cute and the lips are staying moist like this, and we can go like that, then I am fine with that. I'm cool. That's all I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for. I still need eye candy. I still need to be appeased. Just keeping it 100. If
dude,
you're
you're in
doing the hot
Atlanta.
ones,
There's a lot of eye candy out there. There's too much eye candy for one black man to have.
they ain't all look. The elevator's not going all the way up to the crown though. I just want to let you know that for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. I'll say that anywhere. These
Woo!
elevators, these elevators, the elevators at sometimes stopped at the Peach. You know now they say Georgia Peach because they got them big asses. Sometimes the elevator stopped right there. Didn't even go up no higher. So you right and I'm right. Both of us right. It is a bunch of eye candy over here, but you got a combination of eye candy and intelligence. I'm sapiosexual. I don't know whether they know what that
Me
word means or
too.
not, but I do sapiosexual. Like I get off on getting with a chick, you know what I'm saying? Got some on you know what I'm saying? Like remember I said at the beginning, brain and brain? Like I'm into brain and brain, so I like it
All
when
right,
it's
so
harmony.
like he said, he's a whale. He has established himself as a whale. I'm gonna ride with that. I'm gonna ride with that. He sees himself as a whale, so I'm gonna ride with that. And all he wants from me, which is You know, some of these people are going to claim that's misogyny, but it's okay if all the motherfucker want is some goddamn lip gloss. I don't know. I'm not even going to say that's going to be true. So you might see me, my lips might be a little crusty. It is what it is, bro. I mean, instruction, you know, you're going to have to know about me. One day I'm going
But
to wake up and
that wasn't even an instruction. That was a request. There's a difference between request and instructions. Request is optional. There's a difference between request and instructions
hey,
now.
I
There's a
like
difference
that.
between request and instructions.
Thanks.
There's a
I
difference.
like that back door. I need the back door. I need the back door. I need to be able to say, you know what, today I don't feel like wearing lip gloss, and that's gonna have to be okay with you, right? So anyway, we've been here for a minute. This was great. If you guys have any questions, like any like suggestions of what our next video should be together, definitely inbox me if you don't feel safe posting it. Okay. Second of all, if you have any other like whales, as he has stated, a whale or a sage or someone that you would like me to interview, you know, inbox me. I'm open for these types of opportunities. I just want to connect all the wise people together so that we can get this energy flowing and get this vibration raising higher. Seriously, we all need to connect together and do the best. I want to be with a team of people that energy is so damn high. That's what I want in my personal life. So I'm just strategically putting this out in the world because everybody else needs to fall the fuck off. Just take your energy and just bounce. All right. Coach looks like he's about to go teach another class or something. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but we don't want to bore you anymore, Coach. I'm
It was
honored to
never.
have
It wasn't no bore. I'm a Taurus, and somebody over here in my inbox talking about some bread, or I got an email. These jokers talking about messing with my bread. So I'm just over here checking on a little bit of paper. You still got my full attention, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with that at all. I'm not. There was never a boring moment. I could have always exited at any time. So I think what I'm gonna do is go over here and do me a little walk. I'm gonna come back, fix me something to eat, and then I'm gonna get back on my what my task was today. I got one thing to do today, and I ain't finished. So I paused that, you know what I'm saying, to see how this was gonna go. I had a marvelous time. I love your audience. I liked all the ways. I like the way that you handled me. I like the way that you handled me. Hey, that right there, you know what I'm saying? Keep me coming. So I'm sorry, keep me coming back. Excuse me. Jokers, you know, I may slip mouthing sometimes. So yes, keep me coming back. And I enjoyed myself. And yes, I'm good. Now I don't whether I can do it every day, I'm not sure. But I guess we had to get
no,
all this
that's
out in
fine.
front of y'all. We had to we had to do y'all like this whole 2 hour and a half joint. Y'all got to
Introduction.
watch me and y'all had to watch me and Mega flowing. So we might come back and do Pimping and Polly tomorrow for 30 minutes and be out. You know what I'm saying? Because we might do the same subject and y'all just be like, y'all ain't do that yesterday? Because jokers didn't want to watch the long piece. But I'm taking this video. I'm taking this video. I am going to download it and I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel. So some of
Cool.
y'all, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This too much good content. And then I might even add it into my blog because I have been over there and seen your website and I definitely got some suggestions, not instruction, but I got some suggestions for what you got over there. Da 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 da. Right. So,
I really
holla
appreciate
black.
Holla Black. Okay. Anyway, thank you once again, guys. Like I said, we can't answer all your questions. Thank you so much for your beautiful energy. And I can't promise the next time we'll do it. You know, I'm like a renegade. I do whatever I feel like. I might just inbox and be like,
What is
hey,
seven? What is seven asking right there? You see what seven is asking? Are you reading
how
seven's
long is it
comment?
going to take for how long is it going to take for a live in person energy for you both?
What is seven trying to say here? Hmm.
Oh, I don't know if she's looking for a live, if she's trying to get both of us individual time. I don't know. Seven, this is a good opportunity for you to inbox both of us to get clarity. Both of us are very
No,
open for that kind of stuff.
inbox Mega. She'll handle it. She'll handle it and then she'll let me know. Just inbox Mega. This is her channel. She invited me. You go tell Mega what you want, and then she'll whip it up. And then if she think my stuff pops off, I know. But does she mean another live on Facebook, or you mean like a live event somewhere in person? You know, whatever your suggestion is, you know, go on and put that on there. Now, if anybody want to buy me a ticket to Arizona so I can stop through and see Mecca and then go to Sedona and y'all go with both of us to the vortexes, then I'm open. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, y'all
That'd
get
be a nice
together.
that'd be a nice manifestation and opportunity for us to have some like lectures and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, that we can speak that in existence if we want to. But right now, we want to pick Coach Khayr's brain because he got a big one. All right. Next time you come, I want you guys to have some straws, okay, and some damn questions. All right. Anyway, ciao guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.